Yeah.
Basically, he's just like that kid who gets his clapped cheeks.
Cheeks clapped.
Sounds like, right? Sounds wonderful.
Some clap cheeks, bruv.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to the Smash Brothers podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Leo, and here we got
J.R.
and
Cheesy.
And today we're here to talk about some anime, some games, and keep you guys entertained. I hope you like that highlight early on in this episode. Stick tuned, stick around, because we got a lot to talk about today. And yeah, like and subscribe, keep up with the Smash Brothers. Anyway, boop, boop. Right, let's let's get into this. Let's go, guys. Right, cool, guys. What day is it today?
Podcast day.
Podcast day.
You're done though.
Yeah, it's podcast day, guys. And how you guys doing? JR, how you doing, man?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Out here living life, enjoying, sun shining, sweating my bull sack out. But
Fab,
it is what it is.
I feel you on that one.
It is
You know what though? No matter how hot it is in the UK, Americans always make fun of us. Like they're just chatting.
What about the heat?
Yeah,
Heat,
No,
yeah.
there's I don't know what his name is. Yeah, I can't. Is this American dude? Yeah, that he lives here now and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
I see a clip of his the other day where he was like, "I'm so sorry, guys, to you British man. Them, I really realize now what you mean about how hot it gets here."
Bruh.
And then he was explaining how it gets hot here for two reasons, but not two reasons. One reason, sorry. Mainly, it's just the buildings, because they're not designed for this type of heat.
Yeah, no.
No.
Like our shit is designed to keep the heat
yeah,
in.
yeah.
So,
Because we're normally in a cold
Yeah.
That's what we're fighting against usually.
Yeah.
No,
And I was seeing some people saying, "Oh, why didn't they just get ACs and all this stuff?" But the thing that people don't realize is that you don't build your infrastructure for the rare situations.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
build it for the norm. Otherwise, you're just making everything get more expensive.
Yeah.
It's
for
like
no
we
reason.
don't have earthquake detection here because we don't have earthquakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Tornadoes or anything like that. So
We don't need that shit.
It will just be money that's for no reason.
Yeah,
The
it's
spend-
wasted,
look
innit?
how
our bills
wasted.
going up for nothing.
Look how much
correct.
effort it took for us to accommodate to the snow when we started getting snow in the winter. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
But imagine, but still, like we're not that ready for snow.
no, but that's my point. No, that's my
Yeah.
point though, innit? Like
no, you're right,
in
you're
the
right.
sense that we rarely get it, and when we do get it, it doesn't set. So that's why we don't really prepare for it like
Yeah.
that. But then when
we
in the
do
last
get
few
it,
years,
that's when it can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
But financially, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes sense. But enough about finance.
Yeah, now no.
So everyone's doing good, yeah. Everyone's been
what?
chilling,
Yeah, enjoying and that, you know how it is.
We'll start easy. Is there been anything you guys been playing or watching recently you wanna catch up on?
Okay, yeah, I'll jump into this motherfucker right
Go for it. What you got for us? What you got
Because
for
I've been slacking anime wise, like this last season, right? It's bad, fam. It's bad. But
Probably still not as bad as me, but
I think I said this before. I wanted to rewatch My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
you did say that a few episodes ago, innit?
Because of vigilantes or something like that, right? Or...
Because yeah, when I saw that, I was like, wait, why the fuck is this shit already coming out? Because I'm pretty sure the last season hasn't come out just yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever I spoke to T about it, T was kind of saying like they're probably just trying to keep the cash cow flowing.
Oh, okay,
So I thought,
okay.
fair
Right,
enough.
right,
But yeah, I've started watching My Hero again, man. I'm on the first season still. Literally where you get introduced to the villain league.
Okay.
Oh,
The League of
okay,
Villains,
yeah.
sorry. Literally just that bit there. All my fucking all that shit.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
it's pretty good. I don't know. I'm really enjoying it, man.
Enjoying it, yeah?
Really enjoying it, yeah, man.
Okay.
Been loving it. Loving it.
To be honest, for me, I don't even think it's me slacking. I just think there hasn't been much interesting for me this season.
I don't even know what's going on.
what,
man.
in
I can't
anime
even
in
lie.
general?
In
or-
anime,
okay,
yeah.
Oh, in
Yeah.
that sense.
I mean, just for me, it's just been Fire Force and One Piece. Like there hasn't been much else. Really
No, but
going
you
on.
had a bit of a issue with One Piece though, innit? Like when it came back from the break, it just put you straight into.
I mean, yeah, we did that.
That
I think
one
3
epi-
episodes, and then after 3 episodes, they went back straight for a flashback.
It wasn't really much
After
of a.
going, they went missing for 6 months. 3 episodes, flashback.
But it wasn't
Nah.
like a flashback like
Is it?
in story flashback. It was like one of those random episodes where they
They just do random stuff.
and they
Yeah.
sort of review everything that sort of happened recently.
Yeah, which is even worse for me.
Nah.
Yeah.
Which is
Some-
stupid. I
Yeah,
can't
I
lie.
just skipped. And they did it again, I think, last episode as well.
Oh really?
I think so, yeah.
Fucking hell.
So,
This is why I stopped watching the anime a long time ago, like because of
One
crap
Piece.
like that.
yeah.
And I can't even blame. You can't even say it's One Piece. It's just is it Toei? Or no, is it Toei?
Yeah, it's Toei, yeah.
They've done this with One Piece a lot though. I can't lie. Like they've done that a lot. And I'm not trying to defend One Piece here in that sense.
I'm gonna say something, and Jay, just bear with me for a second.
All right.
Like I've never read the One Piece manga, but I know it's shit anyway.
Why is that?
I just know it's shit.
But why? What? How can you say? Oh, I already know why you're saying that.
Why am I saying that?
It's because of last episode.
Exactly,
I already do.
he knows it. I can't talk about stuff I haven't read. Exactly, you went defensive straight away.
You're crazy. You're crazy. I saw his face here when he said that. Yeah, when he said what he said to you, I was like, I already know what's coming in.
Yo, I was ready. I was like, oh shit.
I already knew.
Yeah, I was thinking like for 2 weeks. I was like, what should I say to this guy to bring this up? How can I get him riled up? I was like, One Piece. I hit the gold man. That's the ring that he was defending.
That's it.
Why would you say that?
To be fair though, yeah, you're not the first person I've heard say that the One Piece manga is not that
but me
great.
saying that doesn't mean anything. I never read it. So.
That's fair.
What I wanted to make sure just to show you why talk about stuff you don't know just makes no sense. I don't know anything. That's it.
Fair.
Sorry. You understand what I'm saying now, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. That was it, guys. That was it.
Okay. I'll give in on that one.
I was looking deep. I was like, how can I get this guy? How can I get it?
Bro, you know the way his eyes lit up, bro, yeah, when he...
Shit, man's been scheming, bro.
Yo, for real.
I didn't want to be a villain, so I didn't want to scheme too much.
That's fair.
Just enough.
Just enough.
Yeah. But yeah, so One Piece. I mean, it's been okay, but it's just
It's disappointing
weird
that
parts,
they do that.
Weird parts, yeah.
It's
I don't
so
know.
disappointing that they do that because where the anime is from last when what you told me that you watched, right? Yeah. It's such a peak moment. Like in the story is so peak because in my opinion, that flashback with because you've seen the flashback with Kuma,
Kuma, yeah, we've seen it, yeah.
And in my opinion, like it's the most gut-wrenching flashback that they've given us.
Okay.
And this actual flashback as well, like, you know, in a lot of animes with flashbacks, it's just sort of giving you a little bit of a backstory, but it doesn't really sort of mean too much. You sort of see what I mean in that sense, like
it doesn't mean too much in the grand scheme of
the scheme of the story. Yeah,
but this one means a lot.
This one means a shit ton,
and it raises a lot of questions we've been wondering about probably since that episode, like when we
300 and some of your questions that you've had from sort of back then get answered as well.
Like they're getting answered. Yeah. You might not like all the answers, but you get.
But you get them though. That's the thing.
That's a good thing at least.
Yeah. So like. It does piss me off as well that you're telling me that they're putting all of these sort of filler episodes basically in between now.
I mean, it makes it worse that they went on a break for like 6 months and you're doing this like twice already.
Don't get me wrong, I get it because Oda took a massive break as well, innit, himself, which he rightfully needed, like because he had a lot of going on his plate with the live action, the actual anime, and the manga as well, right? Yeah. And then because he even took a break from the manga as well for a little while, and like. Obviously with the manga as well, like he's able to take sort of breaks in between chapters as well. Like for example, the last chapter that came out, there's a break next week. But what we've been with the manga, where we're already in the next arc, obviously, and it's starting to heat up now. Like now it's like, so right, this break makes sense because so with the patterns that you see,
from what you're saying, that makes sense.
Yeah. So like, it's still. The best way I can put it is disappoints me that the actual production company are putting all of these fillers in. Sort of understand because obviously with the breaks that get taken, they have to allow like
some gap
in between so that they don't catch up too quickly to the manga, right? But even then, like I think it's way too soon to be off for like however many weeks. It was a long time. 3 episodes. And then put in a filler straight away. Yeah, like it makes that makes no sense to me. Wow. Like if they maybe put the filler in now because I think it's been about 8 episodes maybe.
Yeah, but we just got a second one.
A second filler.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is so this second filler, if this was the first filler, it would I can
you can allow that.
I could allow it.
Okay, I see what you mean.
But even then, it's still. Up in the air in that sense.
Like vexed.
But some people could accept it because you've been given a handful of episodes still.
Yeah.
But even then, it's still I don't agree with that.
I don't like it. But it's all I've been watching really. Not much has been going on this season for me personally. But I did.
Before you move on though, how are you finding the actual like the relevant episodes of it though?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Finding out the stuff about Kuma,
Yeah.
understanding his backstory, him and Bonnie's mum.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name now.
Yeah, why am I forgetting as well now?
Barney's mama.
I forget. But
It's so peak what happens to
Yeah,
him
it
as
is-
well.
it is
It's actually so peak.
there's a lot of peakness. But One Piece always has peakness.
He's never gonna catch up anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna quickly say like the peak.
I'm waiting for season 2 live action. Are you dumb?
Well, yeah, she watching that.
I watched it with my babes, innit?
Oh, she liked it, innit?
Yeah, she actually enjoyed
I
One
actually
Piece.
can't stand that shit. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching that.
I can understand why you didn't enjoy it.
Bruv, I
Wait,
mean,
what did you watch the anime like?
there's nothing.
Yeah, you
It
can't.
doesn't-
You
it doesn't
can't.
make
worst
sense.
thing. It's
Yeah,
the
it
worst
doesn't
thing.
make
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But it's probably one of the more decent live actions.
100%.
Out of all the anime.
One of the
live actions.
way better live actions that I've watched.
Yeah, so
I mean,
I'm not
The
mad.
peakness that we're talking about, is Bonnie's mum literally gets taken away and raped.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
it's sad, and
I
that's how
can't deal-
Bonnie
I can't deal with that shit.
and that's how Bonnie comes to be.
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
Fair.
But coming back to what you're saying about it's one of the best of those, but it was shit anyway. So it's like you're just literally comparing it to shit, and that doesn't mean anything to me. It means nothing.
It's the best shit.
No, but like,
It's shit.
yeah,
It's the
but it's
best
the best
one.
shit.
though.
but the thing is like you found
tier shit.
something anime related to watch with your wife as well now, because I know you've been trying for a while.
Yeah, but it's not. But that's the problem.
It's not anime,
It's not the
which is
story.
sad.
It's the animation
No, oh yeah,
that they
yeah,
find it
yeah.
hard to relate to.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if it's live action, it doesn't mean anything. It's not
No.
like she's actually interested in anime.
No,
Oh, okay,
that's,
fair
that's
enough.
the sad thing.
Okay,
Because
fair
there's so many. There's times I'm watching
But that's why I
like
said
an
anime related. I didn't say it's actual anime though.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But there's times I'm watching something, I'm like, oh, she's gonna love this, but it's anime.
Yeah. If it's the
And
same
it
story,
saddens
if it was
me.
the same story, but it was live action,
Yeah,
she would be so
on that
interested.
shit.
Yeah.
On that shit.
But
Yeah.
See, but with the live action adaptations of animes and things like that, like he is literally the perfect example of this, which is people that don't like anime but would, like you said,
We
they
watch
would
live action version. Yeah.
that's the target audience.
That if they can get that right, like getting live action to the point where us men are like,
then it's game over for
bro,
it's probably
not
going to be
game
game over for anime.
No, it's not because
Not for anime,
No,
but-
because no matter what they do, it's not going to be better than
Oh
anime.
yeah, that's true because
Anime is anime because of
never-
what they can
There's
do.
so much
Yeah,
more
yeah,
freedom,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
freedom
Never.
to it.
It
Yeah.
will never be better.
Fair enough,
but
yeah.
if we can accept it, then I feel
Yeah.
like, cool, now we're in a good spot.
Yeah,
But even then, accepting it, I'm never going to watch it because I don't need to.
because you got the anime. still.
Yeah, I've got the
that's
anime.
true.
Fair
That's
enough.
true.
Why would I need to watch a real life Goku
That's
doing
true.
a shitty
Well,
Kamehameha?
it's-
I
Well,
don't.
it's kind of like, with the manga to anime, like it's just moving version, isn't it? So from
different form of
anime
media.
to live action, it's like, let me see what it looks like.
That's
in a
true, but
realistic-
I don't read manga either
No, which is
because
true, in
that
sense.
form of
You never.
thing doesn't
Yeah, but you
suit
read
me.
the Berserk manga.
That's because the anime is done. There's no choice for me apart from reading. I only read
fair.
manga if I have
Fair.
to.
Okay.
Claymore.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Clair,
manga does.
And
Yeah.
Claymore, and I only read Claymore because the anime they didn't finish it properly, and there's so many more chapters. So I read it,
Okay.
and I started to read Attack on Titans because it took so long, and I didn't think anything was coming, and I got bored and I stopped. But the only two I finished was Berserk and Claymore because
Season 2, that's
they were
why.
done.
Season 2, that's why.
they were done. So that's why I haven't. Watched
Okay,
it. But
fair
I would
enough.
never go and read
Fair-
manga because it's not for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah,
not for
which
me.
is fair.
Yeah,
which is fair.
I like anime.
See, I don't read
yeah,
manga
same.
apart from One Piece because pretty much similar reasons to what you
Exact same
said.
reason, innit?
Yeah,
That's
Which is that I got to the big mom arc in it, and like they were just taking so long with it, like, and I didn't want to wait around because I
Yeah,
already know
fuck
the
this, let me
manga's
just
already
read.
well ahead of it
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So like I just read it and
Yeah.
I was happy to read it. Yeah.
But
that's
if the anime, let's say this is alternate reality.
Yeah.
If the anime was always up to date with the manga, you'd watch the anime. You wouldn't.
Oh
read
yeah,
the manga.
yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's actually
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
So okay, I hear you with the live action. I hear you with the live action.
But like Shibz was saying, it's good for the people who don't watch anime.
Man, yeah,
So,
because
yeah.
they finally they don't miss out on some good stories, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the stories are good for the most part.
Yeah.
The only thing though I do know with the One Piece live action, it's not exact to even the anime, like, or even the manga, because there's a lot of things that they sort of either merge together or like blend
in that
together,
sense,
or
yeah.
like they just don't even put in as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they change things for the wider audience to make them accept things a bit better.
And then because of obviously as well with how the episodes are like hour longish as well for continuity's sake as well, they cut out bits and pieces make it make more sense. As well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe cut some fluff. Yeah.
I noticed that with the Avatar live action, it didn't got me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Avatar one, they ruined they just ruined it.
What
I
the
didn't finish it. Live
actual,
action? Yeah.
Not the movie, the series.
The movie is trash.
Yeah,
It's garbage.
It's
garbage.
done. So if you compare the series to the movie, the series is better than the movie.
Way better.
But when you compare it to the anime, they took out so much shit.
Yeah.
They made certain
Yeah.
things.
I agree with you on
When they
that.
started, I'm like, this didn't all happen like how it's happening.
Happening,
right here.
yeah.
This ain't making sense to me, fam. So I was like,
But that's because we know what actually happened.
That's
why.
why we've probably watched it like I don't know
Bro,
how many times.
I've at least watched it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
At least.
I love that shit.
Do you know what? I was actually
There's
thinking
moments
about
where I'm
going,
like, Avatar, let's on.
Yeah, you could just watch
'cause
Avatar anytime.
I was thinking about going and watching it the other day again because on my YouTube Shorts feed, I'm just getting Avatar like clips coming up. So I don't know why it's there, but it's there. So it's like it's making me want to go back and watch it as well.
Yeah,
But I probably won't start watching it from the. I'll probably won't like if I do go back to watch it. I won't start from the beginning. I might start from like book 3 maybe.
Book 3.
Yeah.
Start from the ending.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, is it book 3? No, book 2. Sorry, not 3. 2.
Two. Earth book, yeah.
Two.
Alright, fair enough.
Is it 2 where they meet? I forget his
Toph.
name. No, not what does Soccer call him, bruv? The Explodey Man.
Explode Man. No,
Yeah.
that's book 3.
Is that book 3?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it is book 2 because I want to see. I want to see the fight with Toph. You know when she's in the underground arena bit.
Oh, that was the
Bruv,
first scene.
that's
book 2.
one of my
Yeah, that's it.
favorite episodes.
Tough just claps.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcus.
She's
Bro, call
so
it Earthbenders.
good, bro.
No Earthbenders, anything on her.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bro, I don't think anyone would be able to like. Don't care what bender you are, yeah.
No, she has weaknesses, fam.
No, I'm sure. I know she has, but I'm saying like
Airbenders are all over her.
Airbender.
Airbenders,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
fucking-
but
they don't exist.
that's my thing though. I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah. But even firebenders, the one that can fly with the fire.
Oh yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
true.
They can do bits
That's
to her.
actually true. Yeah,
can do
I
bits.
didn't think about them actually flying as well. Yeah, no, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And she's lucky. Most of the time she's fought, she doesn't be near water. Think of it, Earth onwards, they're just on Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just in book 1. That would have been different.
Oh yeah, she would have been in
she was a
pain.
problem. Yeah,
She would have been
done.
in pain.
She always hated flying with Appa as well because she's always saying like, I can't see.
Yeah, she can't see shit. So
Yeah.
that's when everyone else
actually blind.
up.
Then
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
actually
I
blind.
mean,
Game
yes,
over.
yes. I mean, yeah.
Like fully blind, like in the sense that
she
there's
can't-
nothing to give her any form of vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's interesting.
true,
Like the characters balance each other out.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Soccer's still the best though.
Yeah.
Soccer's sick.
Soccer's still the best. I don't
Quickly
care.
say though, because we're like on this for a minute, right? With this season of anime, I know what I've been slacking, right? I've been gaming a bit more.
That's fine, that's fine.
Obviously, I finished playing that Avowed game, started
Yeah.
playing Cyberpunk,
Yeah.
goes to Shima here and there, so on and so forth. But I felt like if I paid attention to this season of animes, I would have clicked on something because my formula is, especially when I'm scrolling, is if it's got a wacky name or the picture itself looks crazy, there's a 9 times out of 10 chance that it's going to slap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How
the
like
reason why I know, it's because there's animes where I'm like, but this is more like rom-com that I've
Yeah.
been hitting. I'm seeing like the most random shit. I'm like Rent a Girlfriend. Like think about the title, Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, you think it's
that's a
pretty
wild.
whack.
That's a wild like
Click.
Yeah.
Just
'cause
a
what
quick
was-
one. Have you heard any of the controversy?
About Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything now.
No.
But apparently, the manga has had a bit of controversy.
Oh, swear?
The fans hating the manga right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
it
guys.
was everywhere, but you'll see when you get to it. I guess.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
fair.
is that how well tested is your theory there?
Fam, there's one, so I'm a spider, so what?
Oh, someone's bad. So
So I'm a spider, so what? The main character's a fucking spider.
A spider.
A spider
Okay.
in a dungeon.
Okay.
Levels up, actually becomes OP as shit,
yeah, that was slap. That was sick.
Near the end, it's like,
Yeah, then it falls over the end. It falls over the end. But before that, it was
What?
really good. It was really good.
Oh, but you can't take me on this epic journey and then flop right at the end, man.
But the end was like, for me, it was a mixture of the CGI was just
Yeah.
getting heavy, bro.
I think the budget was just getting cut because something was
Oh,
going on.
okay.
Yeah, it was getting heavy. So I was like, oh, fuck. But story-wise, we're still kind of on track.
Okay.
What's another one? I mean, the first season I know you kind of enjoy, but is it wrong to pick up girls from a dungeon?
Yeah, that one.
First season slapped.
The first season slapped. And after that,
Yeah, afterwards, if you're not really.
they just go. It's just all about the girls. It's not about the dungeon anymore. It's literally every season.
that's
He's
what it's
just picking up girls to add to his harem. That's literally it.
Yeah.
That's literally it. So I was like, no, I can't just this.
That's hilarious.
But like some of these names, bro, like.
Fair.
Yeah, resurrected as a slime.
Yeah.
That turned out to be really good.
Yeah, it slaps.
Yeah.
Oh, what, that time I got resurrected as a slime?
Yeah,
To be fair, yeah, you're not the first people to say it. I mean, when it first sort of like
Came out.
Yeah.
Everyone's a bit
like everyone was jumping on that.
Yeah.
Like even people were. So this guy, well, he doesn't work with me anymore, but he even mentioned it, and he was like, "Oh, I really enjoy watching this," even though he watches in dub. It is what it is.
Right, man.
He exclusively just watches dub. He don't watch dub at all.
I have a little problem, but it's cool.
But he mentioned it, and I was like, "Damn, okay."
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
one. It's a
man.
good one. It can get a bit slow, like with how they're moving the plot, but it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man. When you see a crazy title, crazy picture,
Give it a chance.
click on that bitch.
You know, maybe I need to go back and check out one from the last previous season.
Yeah.
See what else got. I looked a bit and I just didn't see much on Crunchyroll that interested me, so I just dived in.
Yeah.
Instead, I went back and I caught up on an anime that everyone's been watching. I just cut out.
Which was?
Demon Slayer.
Oh,
Demon Slayer!
the new season is coming.
The movie. There's
Oh,
no more
is it-
seasons.
oh, it's
three
a-
movies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
September.
What, they're not
Shit.
bringing out anymore?
Seasons? No, it's just movies.
So it's just gonna be movies now.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like there's
It
no.
should just be movies. At least for mine, 3 movies.
Because I know there's something castle or whatever it's called. That's the next one.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
this arc is split into 3 movies and then it's done.
And then it will be finished.
Yeah, because they're in the guy's castle. Oh, you're not up to
No,
date?
I have.
Yeah.
I've watched it.
I'm not up to date.
Oh, okay.
I sort of watched. I'm so sure that
That's my fault, though.
the last thing I can remember is 2 of the what are they called, man?
The higher level ones.
Yeah, they jumped into the castle because they recognized it or something like that, and then that's what I
Okay,
can remember.
so yeah, well then you're not.
You're even past me, bro, because I'm behind.
Oh, okay.
What's
I'm
season
at the Hashirama training arc.
That's where he is.
That's where I am.
That's before the stuff you saw. Because remember they're going around and they see the guy with all scars and the snake guy. They see these demons go into some the castle in the ground.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the training arc after that.
Oh, I've watched that as well.
Oh, no, before that.
Because
The last arc I watched is when he gets his weapon repaired, isn't it?
yeah, I've seen all of that bit as well.
Oh, and that's when he fights the.
Because there's one of there's a
No,
demon
say
that
it.
Because he gets his weapon repaired twice.
Oh shit.
He breaks it in season 1, and then he breaks it again in season.
That one there. Because the guy that repairs it for him is
pissed off at him.
Yeah.
like pissed to the point where he actually will like dead him off. Kind of
Okay.
pissed.
So
Like, he
season
won't
2?
even talk to him.
That's not season 2. Season 2, because first season is okay, all that little shit.
Yeah, but he breaks his weapon in season 1 as well.
Yeah. But then after that first season, it's the fucking train arc.
Yeah.
After that train arc bullshit, it's the
It's the entertainment
the whole-
district.
Yeah. I've watched that one.
What's that one? Okay.
The season after that, yeah, that's the one I watched last.
Okay, now he's going to the Swordman's Village. The
That's
Swordman
the
Village
one.
arc.
Yeah,
See, that's the
yeah.
second time he breaks it. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
that's the last
okay,
arc I watched.
Okay.
I'm
So
sure-
you're not at the training arc then. Okay.
Yeah, no, I
That's-
haven't
that's the-
started.
That's the season after.
After, I haven't
Oh,
started.
so I
at
don't think
all.
I've watched that then.
You haven't?
I haven't
No,
started
because
at
I
all.
remember the swordsman.
Sorry,
bit.
people.
I remember the at the village.
With the swordsman?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember because I haven't gone back to.
Nah, totally. You know what? Demon Slayer completely slipped my mind. Completely slipped my mind. I need to watch
It's
that.
not even that it slipped my mind. You know what it is. You know what it is. It's like, you know, do you know what it is? I just
missing out as well, fam. Sorry.
it felt like it was taking forever, like to finish a season with them, like as in them bringing the episodes out. Even though I know
in
it's
that
like on a
sense.
weekly basis anyway, but like, and I just stopped watching it. So I will have to go back and potentially even watch a whole season from the start. Like whatever season I'm on, I'll definitely have to start watching it from the start.
Okay, nah, I'll probably just continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But I'm surprised that you're telling me that it's just going to be movies now.
we have been 3 big movies.
From what you're saying, if we're near the end, then kind of
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Things are, I don't know. At least they stopped doing that thing where they explain the bosses, like they cry about the bosses after the kill.
Oh, really? They've stopped
Yeah,
that?
I hate that
Thank
shit,
God,
man.
yeah.
They kind of stopped that now, which
hate
is
that
good.
shit.
Yeah, I hate it too.
Fucking hell.
I don't need to know that extensively deep about their backgrounds like that. Do you know what I mean?
no, I
Like,
don't.
if it's the you know, the big boss, the main big boss, I wouldn't mind it if we got it for him.
Do you know his
That's kinda
backstory yet?
I don't know.
Okay, could we know his backstory? And I'll be interested for you guys to get there and to learn his backstory.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We know everything about
I'm
him,
gonna put it on my list. I'm gonna put it on my list.
Yeah, we know everything about him. And that's what I'll say.
Okay,
And
fair.
things now that this is the last arc. Like things are going crazy now. This next arc is gonna go insane, and it's in cinemas literally in September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we might have to go
IMAX.
and watch that, you know.
So what? IMAX
So
ticket.
we're gonna go and do this,
We
yeah?
might need to do that.
Yeah, fam.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
down.
There's
I'm
another
down.
IMAX thing that's coming up that I'll talk about in a bit. But let's just finish with this one.
Yeah.
I remember like the formula is so like it's such the same. Like the arc starts, and the first 3 episodes they send them somewhere and they're just like investigating, doing some
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
random shit.
Yeah.
And then things starts to happen, and it's weird because like it's like 3 episodes or like nothing. Like
Pretty much. Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm watching.
yeah, it's so.
What am I
Like,
actually
It
watching?
feels like there's nothing going on.
No,
that's it.
and I don't really feel like engaged because
Yeah.
not like the characters like are doing anything like crazy, like
Yeah,
or
yeah.
conversations or like learning or like really deep stuff going on. It's
Yeah.
just them going around and literally just that.
Doing shit.
Yeah, doing
Just
shit.
going around,
Yeah,
jobless.
And then in the last like 5 episodes, that's when things are kicking off.
Pop off.
Yeah,
I noticed that's what they do in the Demon Slayer
Yeah.
seasons.
what
It's
they do.
like a lot of it just feels like fluff, like where it's not necessarily full on filler, but like they only drop like bits and pieces of information that you really want to know, like, but it's not the full thing. And then
Yeah.
when you get to sort of like the second half of the season,
yeah, that's when
it picks
things
up
kick
pace.
off.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
but yeah, you just need to watch because our boy Tendril, he kind of gets OP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he kind of gets OP.
Tanjiro,
Ah, say less. I love it when they get OP.
Fair. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely love it.
Get there and you'll see.
Say less, fam.
It's quite interesting. I can't lie. Like,
You to say that.
yeah.
Say less.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's interesting.
Okay.
But the other thing in cinemas, it's an anime that you guys liked quite a lot from last season.
Oh, is it what I think it is?
Yeah!
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's coming out in cinemas. I think before this second season. I think it might already came out actually.
Is it gonna be like a?
Yeah, it's got to be out.
Yeah, I think it already came out. Yeah, the movie.
Oh, we have to go
Oh,
watch that next week.
Well, if it's in cinemas though, I don't know.
We'll have to look into this.
Yeah. Because
We're
the
going for dinner after this, or we have to look into this.
Yeah. Say less.
Yeah.
because the next season is starting. I think in July the 2nd or something like that, or 6th.
Yeah.
Starts really soon, and then the
Wait,
movie
the second
is to link
season's
it.
coming out.
Yeah, that's
Next
what
week.
we're talking about today.
Yeah. Don't worry, fam. We're about to put you on some animes because I was surprised when I looked
Nah,
at
you ain't gonna put me on anything else. I'm watching that shit and I'm gonna enjoy it thoroughly.
Trust me.
Thoroughly.
Trust me.
You don't see how gas I got when we started watching?
Down.
Bro,
Dan season 2, 3rd of July. So next week. It's
bro, 4 days away.
Just like that.
4 days.
Just that.
Down
just
to
that.
Hey, okay.
I love that. Are you
Bro.
dumb?
Bro, you
If
know,
they,
I
if
love
they
that.
bring another bagger, yeah, it's game.
Fam, you know how this is how I know, yeah, I love that anime so much because I mentioned it when we were still watching the first season, yeah. Is bro, man was listening to the opening intro as a full-on song, just
Whoa. I think I said this to you, man, as well, yeah? I watched the whole episode because the outro and the intro, I think slap.
separate songs. Yeah.
I watched
yeah.
the whole
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. You said that, and I remember you saying that. Yeah.
So they need to do that for me, season 2, fam.
Because to be fair, yeah, this whole anime season, like
I've been sleeping this season. I can't.
it's not even sleeping, bro.
Yeah,
there
I've
was
been
just nothing that sort of
that
piqued
was-
my interest.
There was
I mean,
something I was watching.
I mean, I know I
didn't
don't
say
watch a
actually.
lot of anime anyway, in that sense, unless it genuinely like grasps my interest in
well,
that sense.
If it's mainstream, you normally watch it. The big mainstream ones.
Yeah, but
it's
even
not
then,
really.
like even for example, like with Demon Slayer, like
Oh, that's 2.
I dropped off like really hard after the first season.
That's fair
And-
enough. That's fair enough.
I didn't pick it back up until like the 3rd season, but I had to obviously go back and watch the second one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and even with Attack on Titan as well, like I know it's like if you mention the word anime, a lot of people just mention that anime as their
Yeah,
like
it's because it's mainstream, innit?
yeah, but like even then, like after like
Rightfully so.
I think it was like after the 1st or 2nd season.
I want to say
like,
second.
It was probably 2nd. I just stopped watching it because like there wasn't I lost interest in a sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially with the fact because I'm so used to watching animes where they're just continuous, innit? And you know, obviously,
What do you mean?
like for example, like with
Oh, like One Piece just going.
yeah,
Oh,
He was going.
yeah,
mainstream ones.
but it's still.
Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
sure. Do you know what? Yeah, it's too hot for me to argue today, so I'm just gonna let him go with it. Yeah, I mean, with like Attack on Titan, for example, as well as others like Seven Deadly Sins and things like that. Like they're seasoned, innit? They're not
that's true.
and like because the gap between season 2 and 3 was so long as well. When season 3 came around,
You fell out of
do you know what I mean? Because I'd forgotten so much, and I knew that I'd have to go back and watch at least season 2 to then go into season 3. Just thinking about doing that, like I just couldn't be bothered.
No, don't blame me, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, can kind of be long sometimes.
Facts.
But if you enjoy it so much, you know.
But I tried to because there was not like a lot of interest for me with anime, especially this season. Like Fire Force was one that I wanted to watch, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it.
Yeah, I got to rewatch.
It's coming up to its climax, Fire Force.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've just been looking for games.
I'm not sure if it finished though, because we had 12 episodes and episode 5 they didn't come out. So I'm not sure if they stopped at 12 or they just take a mini break.
Yeah.
That's a new thing, man.
Yeah.
That's literally the new thing.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously in the anime season, there was a few other things that I've been watching. Like Invincible was out at that point as well, which was really enjoyable. I know how much we both love that show.
I mean, I like Invincible. I don't love it.
Okay, fair enough.
There's parts I think are great. Like Onslaught at the end.
Oh, that
was sick.
bro, the way that character was very. It's just watching him. Yeah, was peak.
Yeah, it was sick.
It's sick because this guy was toying with the main character. Yeah, like he was the pit bull. Yeah. And the main character was just this stuffed toy that couldn't do anything.
Yeah, nothing. Mark is just getting destroyed
Bro,
all the time.
man was, or even better, yeah, or even
He's kind of dead though.
yeah,
He is dead.
He's so dead.
Or even for better words, yeah, he's the guy that's kicking the Rock down the road, and the Rock is the main character, Mark.
Damn.
Like, he just can't do anything about it.
Like I was actually watching some videos. Did you watch season 3 of Invincible?
I ain't watched season 2.
Oh shit. Well, I'll just say some things, not too much in detail, but
You can say because it'll be
a minute before you get around to it.
before I even think about.
So it's kind of interesting because season 3 they're showing that this guy is like beastly. He's been training the hardest, and then you just see the season. He's just getting clapped left, right, and center by everything. It's like he's apparently the strongest in the universe. Like power scaling in Invincible is dog shit.
Yeah,
because they make you feel like they're so strong, but this guy who's invincible, he's like getting deaded by some random monsters on Earth. It's like, how are you this dead but
that's
also
so true.
this strong?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Oh,
like it's so weird.
Do you know what I've noticed that they do?
What's that?
Is like when they talk about Invincible, like as in the character like Mark, right? Yeah, they always speak about him being this OP character. Yeah, this is where his Viltrumite side is shown a lot. But then when it comes to him actually fighting these monsters, and you see him getting deaded or like just like beating the shit out of, they always speak like it feels. They don't always speak about it, but like it feels like they show more his human side of it, and that makes no sense to me because like he's both. So if he's strong and doing really well, it should be both of the sides doing that. And then if he's weak and he's getting fucked up, it should be both sides. But with the way Viltrumites are, right, from what we've seen like in the show, like they're all so fucking insanely strong that, in my opinion, anything that comes from the Earth, like monsters, whatever, right, they would not even be able to handle most likely the weakest Viltrumite.
No, they shouldn't be. Definitely when you see all these other Earthlings are fighting these monsters as well.
Yeah.
How are they fighting the same monster that Mark's fighting? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
It doesn't.
And Viltrumites, like when a Viltrumite has a baby, like the most of the Viltrumite DNA gets added to the kid. They just over dominate the DNA.
Okay,
Yeah.
So they're strong.
Yeah.
Like no matter. The race is actually built just for coming around them and
Bro,
sadly
literally
breeding with other races and
Yeah.
forcing them to be Viltrumites. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
So Mark should just be beastly, but when he's fighting, he's just dead all the time. And it's so annoying because you just watch him just getting deaded constantly. And then randomly he does something really, really good. Like season 2 when he's fighting those other Viltrumites, it's like, oh, he's actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
And
But then
now-
he gets
but then he gets fought by a random guy in the Earth. You're like, what? Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird, and I hate Mark's character in season 3. I don't like it. He's so whiny, he's so pissy.
Yeah.
And then when he gets fought, he's like,
bro,
Cecil, I need you,
Yeah.
Cecil.
Oh man.
It's like, fuck this
and
nigga,
throughout
man.
that whole season as well, before he's moaning like a little bitch like that, is he's refusing and rejecting Cecil.
Yeah.
And Cecil's there. He's been there the whole time, trying to help him.
Fam.
Trying to help him.
Fam.
And he refuses the help. He's like, no, I'm gonna go out and do my own thing.
And then this one Viltrumite comes and deads him.
Yo,
comes and,
man,
you don't understand how much he deaded him. He deaded him harder than his dad deaded him.
Nah.
It was insane. It was insane.
That was mad.
His ego got crushed.
Yeah.
Like he had to,
Absolute insanity.
yeah.
Everyone was talking about Onslaught. Everyone was talking about him. It was
Onslaught.
sick.
Oh man,
Yeah, it was sick.
But
It was sick.
even that, yeah, like the way he was getting beat the hell out of, yeah, I couldn't see him winning in any way.
Yeah, but
obviously he put armor and everything.
Yeah. Apparently, Mark, when he gets really angry, that's when he can kind of do stuff. But even then, Eve was very useful in that.
The thing that I'm just waiting for now is obviously because there's two sides to the story, innit? Like, well, two different point of views, I should say.
Yeah.
Which is obviously you got Mark's point of view, but then you've also got
his dad.
And Alan.
Yeah.
Alan. I was gonna say mainly Alan because that side of the story is mainly told from Alan's perspective.
Point of view. Yeah, fair enough.
And like I'm more excited about that than I am about Invincible.
Yeah, 'cause I don't like Mark.
Yeah,
I just don't like him.
I liked him at the start. I liked him at the start.
Season 1, I thought it was alright.
Season 1, he was very good. But like as things progress,
Yeah, basically he's just like that kid who gets his clapped cheeks.
Cheeks clapped.
His cheeks. I was like, wait, someone's wondering.
Some clap cheeks, bruv.
Yeah. He gets his cheeks clapped like daily, and then he's chatting like he's the big man.
Yeah,
but he's not. He's
not.
nothing.
He's not.
That's what pisses me off.
On Earth, he is.
Enough he is, but then he's not doing anything at the same time.
And then, but if you look at it from the rest of the universe, I guess, yeah, bro, he's not even a speck of dirt on the ground, bro.
That in season 2,
So sad.
I don't know how I missed it, but that woman came down and deaded him so hard in that season 2 as well. She was like, no, you're nothing.
But you know what's crazy, yeah? So like a little while ago, not spoilers, but you know, like when you see clips and stuff, you just think, oh, it's just theories and things like that, and then you carry on watching, and then you go in the comics, and then that's when you realize, oh shit, they're actually like talking about actual, like there's parts like into the further down the line, that it baffles me how Mark gets to what he is now with what we've seen
to get there.
Because it makes no sense.
Yeah, I heard he's going to be pretty OP.
Oh, it's not pretty OP, bro. It's like Ultra Instinct times KO Ken times that's how strong it is.
Universe,
Do you know what I mean? Like that's how strong that's how strong it is.
Regardless of how strong he is, we all know Mark's a bitch.
Yeah.
So
That's the problem.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
But enough Invincible.
Yeah, well,
Let's talk about some anime, because there's another anime that I don't know if you watched. I think you did. Kaiju number 8's back as well.
Oh, I haven't watched it.
July the 19th. That should be good because I love season 1 was sick.
It's gonna be sick.
Different idea, different things going on.
Yeah, no, it's true, man. And the main character, like, I feel kind of relatable because he's just a man in his 30s.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a man in my 30s.
I mean, I like it because
we all are here.
I mean, I don't need him to be like 30, but I like that he's not like a kid. It's always like 15, 16.
That age that they love.
You feel like you can relate a bit more with it.
It's not even that. Like, it's just that it's a different age.
Okay.
If it was 40,
if
it was 40, 50, I wouldn't care. Like, just not 15.
Not a school kid.
An adult fan.
Finding an adult, and it's cool. Like you see it, him. He's kind of teaching people like how he's like really like. I don't know what to say. He's like a real person. Like he's actually caring about people. He's thinking about people. He's put together. Even though he's the weakest guy, he's not like complaining. He was trying his hardest.
Always putting his hard effort.
Yeah. Even though all his life he's been trying to get to the academy and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's true.
And now you can through other means. Yeah. But we need to see what's gonna go on because season 1 was good and I'm excited. And it left on a big part when it was finding that guy, that commander guy.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember his name now.
Because he had the
kaiju weapons number 2, I think.
Yeah.
Number 2 weapons. Yeah, okay. There was a movie for this as well.
Was there?
Yeah, a couple months ago. I don't know if it's related. I missed that.
Fair.
I might need to watch that. I might need to watch that.
Okay, I ain't gonna mention this.
Yeah.
You already mentioned da.
Do
you not know?
What else you got?
Oh, I got to scroll. Oh, we got our second half of Dr. Stone.
Yeah. Did you are you up to date?
Yeah, I'm up to date. That's the because I think we were speaking about this because how the last episode or the last 2 episodes went, like shit just escalated real quick.
Damn, it was so quick.
And I was like, yo, this is it? Like, for real? We're just moving on? Like,
Yeah. I was like, all right,
Okay.
what?
fair.
Yeah, you made a treaty. You're gone in the same episode, like same second. Like, are you going to worry about your mandem? Like, no,
know what I mean?
you got your boss, you know. So chill, like.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So I'm really like intrigued to see how it's gonna go.
Yeah. I
How
think.
everything they left it was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to get to the moon now.
Yeah, that was.
The moon. Raw.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're not.
I'm nowhere near up to date.
Oh man.
The last season I watched was when, they split off at the end to go and do their own bits. I think it's season 2.
I think because this is season 4, right?
Yeah, this is season 4 now.
Yeah, that means you was at season
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they split off to go to the other island.
No, not that bit. No.
With the stones and.
No, not that. I'm talking about when they finally they find out about the other guy that's trying to take over.
Is season 1?
Nah, it's not. It can't be season 1.
It's season 2.
Season 2.
100% it's season 2.
But then so you split. Okay,
No,
I
but-
think it means they split up as in the attack team's going out to attack them. The strongest high school primate.
Yeah.
And
That's
the other
the
team
bit.
is back just in the village. That's it.
I think that might be it.
Wait, isn't that? That was after season 2 then.
No, that's season 2. Season 3.
So you haven't seen season 2.
No, I have. I'm sure I've seen season 2.
The season 2, I forgot his name now. Subaka or some shit. Anyway, the strongest
Yeah.
team, like, he's joined them.
Yeah. Oh no, so he hasn't joined them
spoiled
yet.
it.
He gets put into stone.
Spoiled it.
It's not that deep. Don't worry.
God damn.
No, but he does technically join them in season 2. That's when they beat him.
And that's what he's saying he ain't seen.
Okay, so yeah, you haven't seen that. So you haven't finished season 2.
I'm sorry, bro.
No, you haven't finished season 2.
Bro, it's not that deep. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while before I get around to watching it anyway.
Yeah, but that was. I liked season 4. I actually found it very enjoyable. It's just the ending was so fast. That was the only thing.
Yeah, pretty
but
much.
it
Pretty
was
much.
good.
As I'm scrolling through this list, this is the type of shit I'm talking about, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Betrothed to my sister's ex.
I saw that.
That's such a mad title, bro.
Bro, this is what I'm talking about.
Crazy.
I saw that one.
I know,
yeah.
Knowing me, yeah. Knowing me, especially if this is like rom-com, yeah, it's going to slap hard as fuck. I watched this one, yeah, it was like, so it was mad. So,
Nah, but
like,
what the fuck, yeah? Imagine, yeah, you said that sentence in real life, bruv.
bro?
Do you know, like, nah.
We're looking at you like you are disgrace.
You are a disgrace.
But
Disgrace.
back in like the 17th century, that's like another Tuesday. So,
No, yeah, you're not wrong.
Facts.
But how you? Wait, say the title again.
Betrothed to my sister's ex.
Wait, so this is from a woman's perspective, right?
Yeah.
It has to be, unless there's
The one was the main character, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. That's what it seems like.
It's got to be, yeah. That, if you see that, if he's the ex, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she could be the ex, but it looks like he's the ex.
Yeah.
Because the way they present it.
But she said betrothed to my sister's ex.
Yeah,
bruv.
yeah.
Do you know how wild of a sentence that is, bruv?
Bam. Some anime titles is crazy, bruv. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just seeing this title here. I was reincarnated as the 7th prince. You know this one, so I can take my time perfecting my magical abilities.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah. That one I thought wasn't gonna actually slap, but it ended up slapping pretty.
Figure?
Yeah. That was really good. I was really surprised.
Them ones, what are they classed as in terms of the anime genre?
Isekai.
Isekai.
It is technically
Yeah,
isekai.
okay.
Yeah. Because he got reincarnated.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Isekai has been going crazy since,
Recently.
Since Sword Art. What do you say? Is Isekai?
No, but I feel like there's been a lot of attention recently in the last couple years.
Yeah, but I think that was the one that started the trends of
Isekai in a
kind of
sense.
being stuck in another world or stuck in a game. Like since
Yeah.
then,
okay.
bang, anime just been coming out.
Yeah.
That's all they've been doing.
Yeah, and they've been going crazy.
Speaking of stuck in a game, I need Shangri-La to come back, man.
Shangri-La. That is finished though.
I know, but I need that to come back because where they left it really pissed me off.
And I know some people aren't that interested in, maybe not interested in the fighting game.
I'm
wanted
interested
to see,
in it.
Yeah, I wanted to see what he's
I
going to do.
really want to see what happens in
I
that.
want to see what he's
Because
gonna do.
the reason, but the main reason why I want to see what happens a lot as well is because that, you know, the prodigy, whatever her name is. Yeah. She started playing
the other game,
Shangri-La.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's why
gonna
I'm
be
curious
sick.
because I feel like she's gonna start becoming part of
the gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it has to. It has to.
Well, I'm telling you that shit is gonna be so.
It's gonna
sick,
because and even in the actual Shangri-La game where they're left off as well.
Yeah, even there
is crazy.
moments,
yeah. Because they're in that underwater world still in it as well. Like
still got a couple of days.
yeah, and they've just left us there on a cliffhanger because he was experimenting, wasn't he? On the
when he got a bit.
Yeah, he almost got fucked.
Yeah,
a bit too.
he went a bit too experimental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that-
because he was trying to blow up one of the towers,
Towers.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Bruv,
yeah.
I don't know what went through his mind there to think that he was gonna be able to do something with that.
He wanted to cheat the system. innit?
Basically.
Bruv, he's that typical gamer trying to find that
Jump in and try to
that
figure
shortcut as quick as possible just to achieve the goal.
Yeah, that's literally what this anime is.
Yeah.
A gamer who he knows the tactics from playing so many games. He's just always trying to get
Exploit the game.
exploit as much as he can.
Oh, that's it.
For his benefit, and he's doing it.
I mean,
he's doing it.
yeah.
So-
I mean, even to the point where where he had the curse mark and everything, he used that to
He
his
used his
advantage.
advantage. Yeah.
Which
He
is-
could make weak monsters run away so you can fight them easier.
Yeah,
Easy
which is sick,
XP.
which is smart.
Yeah, it was good.
very
It was
smart.
good. It was good.
For real.
So then that one was good. I know another one, JR, for you. I mean, I don't know if you're still on this. You know, Shield Hero season 4.
Yeah, I'm literally got that. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, man. I'll be watching that because I think I said this already. Like season 2 is like, what the fuck's going on? And we're like, no. This ain't it. This ain't it, chief. But then it picked up with season 3. Actually, season 3 got better.
Really?
Yeah. Mainly, maybe it's because it's like, okay, you kind of accepted where we are now and so on and so forth.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it does get better in 3. So I'm curious to see what they're doing in season 4, man. So I'm looking forward to that shit. I saw Rent a Girlfriend season 4. So
I did see that. That's you as well. Man's renting girlfriends out here.
I can't lie, man. That shit was getting
I think I'm just excited for Dundana now.
Yeah, that one. Bro, I'm seeing they brought a season 2 for this. I need to watch season 1, and you might need to watch it as well.
Yes.
Are you ready? Reborn as a vending machine. I now wonder the dungeon.
Yeah. I knew
Wait,
you'd be
what?
on that one. I knew
You heard me, cuz. Reborn as a vending machine.
Yeah.
I now wonder the dungeon.
You know, oh my days. Well, as a vending machine.
As a vending machine. It's, bro, just...
Wait, what kind of vending machine is he?
I don't even know, cuz.
I knew you'd be on that, man. I knew you'd be on that one.
Hey, bro, I feel like it's gonna slap.
Yeah. I mean, you watched the first season, didn't you? So.
No, I haven't watched
didn't?
it. No,
Oh,
I
I
didn't.
thought you actually
didn't.
did. I remember you mentioned it.
I mentioned it. 'Cause I said I was going to, but too much anime, man. Too much anime.
Yeah.
That's nah.
It is like, you know what? I think the problem with me and anime right now is that all of the animations, art styles, it's just all the same. Like, and I'm looking for a bit more difference in art style. I'm just seeing so much of the same kind of art style in these isekais. Like very similar, very bright colors. It's hard to explain it, but it's like it's all the same animation style, and I want something a bit different. So,
Oh, you were going down, innit? Not up.
there's a couple. There's a couple. I need to. Yeah, I'm picky, man. What can I say?
Picky ass.
I've watched a lot of it, man.
Oh man, I'm telling you, bro. If you do what I do, you'll be winning, bro. You're gonna see some little gems here and there. It's gonna be great, bro.
No, I'll definitely I'll give it a try. You know, I'm gonna. Maybe I'll need to try out that
Try it out, man.
vending machine one.
Yo.
There's a bowling anime.
Oh, there you go, fam. There you go.
Yeah, man.
Vending machine. I need to do that. There was another.
There's a lot coming out in the next week. I think there's like at least 8 starting next week. That's crazy.
That is bit. No,
That's
but I think
crazy.
I think in terms of the animes that I know of, I've mentioned all the ones. Yeah.
Shy Hero and Assassin Princesses. I need to check those. But that starts on the 5th.
See? That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck?
I know you mentioned that you've been banging out Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk 2077. Yes.
What about yourself? What have you been playing recently?
Playing a bit of Clair Obscur. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah. Oh
Really good
man,
game,
I
really
just
good
started
game.
playing that yesterday.
Yeah,
And obviously we were speaking about it before we started the pod. I was telling you how much flipping. I'm not a huge fan of turn, even though I'm a huge Pokemon fan.
Yeah,
like it's weird. It's weird. Like apart from Pokemon, I've not been a huge fan of like turn-based games.
Yeah, that's interesting. Then that's something that we might need to explore.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, I don't know what it is that makes me not like other turn-based games. I don't know why.
How many, like, which other turn-based games?
So one of the ones, well, Final Fantasy, because a lot of Final Fantasy games, before they made it like actual,
Yeah, it was turn-based. I think it was probably maybe before 8 or
yeah,
before 10. I think before 10.
Yeah, that 10's the one with Noctis in it, the guy with the.
I don't remember the names, but I've got 10, and that one it's like semi-turn-based. You're walking around attacking,
yeah,
kind of, but it's turn-based still. But it's not turn-based at the same time.
Is this the one where you're in a big car? Like with a gang of people that wear all black.
That's 15.
Oh, which one is 10 then?
10's quite old.
Oh, okay. Because, like, my gripe with Final Fantasy, obviously, it was turn based. Even though I played it when I was a kid, but as a kid, I don't remember much. I was just enjoying playing the game.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? The first sort of Final Fantasy game that I played when I was old enough to know and differentiate between games and things like that, right? Yeah. Was Lightning. So Lightning, Final Fantasy something's Return of Lightning or something like that.
Okay, I don't know. Sorry.
I think it's I can't remember as well.
I'm not a Final Fantasy guy.
So no, I know. Like and that was a turn-based game, and I I was really disappointed.
Lightning. Let me type that in.
Yeah. It was one of the more popular ones, funnily enough. If I'm correct, was it popular? It was either infamous or famous. Like there was a reason why people.
Final Fantasy 8.
Yes, that's it.
No,
yeah,
Lightning Returns.
Is it 13?
Yeah, it's 13. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lightning Returns. Yeah, that's quite new.
Yeah, and
in comparison,
and that was turn-based. Like, and I was just not. I don't know what it is. I just didn't enjoy it. But this game, and you've pointed it out clearly to me as well, which is it's not purely just turn-based.
No.
Because there's a lot of other mechanics in it that aren't normally included in turn-based games. Like it feels really open world, but to a certain extent as well, it feels kind of linear as well. Because you know when you're not in the world map area, right? If you're in an actual area, like it feels quite linear.
Yeah, it's just a zone. You just go through the zone.
Yeah, and you just go from one end to another. Really, do you know what I mean?
And then you're out.
And then you're out.
Yeah.
But then, like, when you go actually into the battling, that's when it's obviously and the combat. Sorry, I should say it's all turn-based. Yeah. But my thing with turn-based games, and this is included in Pokemon as well, right? But with Pokemon, because they have so many different dimensions, like it makes sense why they don't have certain aspects. Like, so let me give an example. Right? Man. Sorry. Sorry, empty bottle. What that? So with Pokemon, for example, right, yeah, like there's so many different factors you have to take into consideration. So like the move, how strong it is, the accuracy of the move, but then also you have your own stats. And then on top of that, like you can either improve like your accuracy or improve the strength of your moves and blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And then your opponents can do the same thing to you and for themselves as well, right, yeah? So like if you miss a move on the odd occasion, right, it makes sense if you've had your accuracy lowered. You know what I mean? Or if the move itself isn't 100% accurate, right?
Okay,
yeah. But in a lot of these like sort of style of turn-based games, like there isn't like a accuracy stat or things like that. Like you'll have a power stat and how much AP it might use to use the move and things like that, right? But then I've never seen like a thing where it gives me a reason why the move is missed or this, that, and the other. Do you sort of see what I'm trying to say? No,
because there's a lot of games that have everything that you just said. A lot of turn-based games that literally have all of those. They have buffs. They have all these different stats. And the reason why I missed is mostly percentage-based.
Okay.
In that sense, what you're saying, yeah, you reduce your accuracy, but what does reducing accuracy means if there's not a percentage behind it? No, to me, it doesn't mean anything.
But what I mean is that it doesn't show us that figure in the sense like. So it with the, you know how I was saying in Pokemon, like the moves have an accuracy. It's got a number there that shows you that accuracy next to the move when you go to use it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But like some turn-based games don't show us the actual stat. Like as in, yeah, you might have your accuracy lowered, but then you don't know how likely it is then out of 100% that the move's gonna hit or not hit.
In Pokemon, do you know the likelihood from that without some calculation? Like, do they actually show you the likelihood?
There's an actual stat.
Percentage.
So like,
Okay.
if you go to click on the move, right? Yeah. Like if you hover above the move, right? Yeah. It will show you how strong the move is and the out of the 100, like the accuracy of it. So if it's 100, that's 100% right there.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I don't know about all the games, but there are games that you have a lot of information.
I might
there.
have not just played one of those games that
maybe
does
not.
that as well.
And not all of them have that system. There's some games that have that things basically always hit. The only reason they would miss is because maybe like they're blocking or they use a skill, for example, that makes them like dodge moves for a certain period of time.
Or shield it or whatever.
something like that.
Yeah.
But I think like I get what you're saying, but I think a lot of turn-based games have that. Maybe that one specific thing about missing and stuff, maybe not. But I think a lot of them have skills, they have stats, they have all these different dimensions built into them. Maybe I think what some of them aren't doing, they're not really focusing on how complex the systems can be. Some of them have really complex systems, which is great. But some of them aren't as complex as maybe Pokemon is for you.
Yeah, but like this game, like Clair Obscur, like honestly, you know how skeptical I am, like just from talking about it here, how skeptical I am about turn-based games. But then when you're not the only person, but also obviously in our Discord, like everyone has said that.
Frizzles also. He hates turn-based. Like,
he likes this game.
Same for Manuel. Manuel doesn't like turn-based. But
that's one. But he really likes this game.
But the reason they like the game, similar for you, is because of the parrying and the extra levels outside of the turn-based stuff.
And that really made me engage with the game even more. Like when I first started playing the game, I was in when you fight Mayo or whatever her name is, like the first fight, to practice a little bit and things like that. Obviously I had to gauge and sort of understand what I'm doing as well. And you know what I said to you about the first time I flopped? I just realized the first time is when you're at the top and then she asks you to fight. I didn't flop that bit. That bit I did. That bit I did.
Okay, good.
I'm talking about when you get down.
Okay, yeah, I felt that bit too.
Yeah,
so
and then you talk to her, and then you have the choice of fighting her.
Yeah.
That's when I flopped.
I forgot that too.
I forgot about that first bit at the top there. I can't lie to you.
But I don't think you can flop that one at the top because it actually slows shit down for you.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was confused about. How do you flop that?
So I wasn't talking about that bit. I wasn't talking about that. Yeah.
Now coming back to what you were saying, I think in India, I think some people just aren't interested in turn-based, and that's fine.
Yeah.
They're not.
No, that's it.
So these elements that add in, which makes them more engaging, which is great, but in essence, that's not turn-based. But it's extra, which is good. It's good to see people adding extra things, but it's not turn-based, and that's fine. Like if people don't like turn-based, you don't have to.
No, which is fair. But the thing why I like the whole parrying system and everything is it gives you a little bit of control, like of the outcome. Like so, for example, like obviously, the monster's gonna come and attack you. They give you that chance of deflecting it or not getting taken damage and things like that. Like, I don't know about yourself, but me with the parrying, I'm still trying to get used to it because it feels when the attack is coming, right? I'm like, okay, I need to press it now, and I'll press it, and it's too early. Like I'm always going too early.
It's got the Elden Ring effect where everyone holds their move for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and then they swing it.
Yeah, man. See, I never played Elden Ring, so
a lot of Elden
He's only
Ring
watched
stuff.
it.
Yeah, I've only ever watched people play.
Never experienced it.
Yeah, it's true.
Which I should really do.
You should experience.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
Because a lot
after
of
this, after Clair Obscur,
sorry, my fault. The expansion
is as well. Yeah, the expansion.
Yeah, the most recent one. Didn't they introduce multiplayer?
There is.
That is a side game. It's not.
Yeah, it's not like It's not like there was an expansion, but then they've just recently brought out like basically a side game. Like it predates everything.
It's built basically. It's built on the same engine, built with some assets, but they've made it to make a new game basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's not the same.
Do you need the main game to play that game?
No, you don't need it.
It's a separate game.
So I could just go get this.
Yeah, you can.
And we can start doing Elden Ring shit.
Yeah, you can.
We could actually do that, you know.
But yeah, you
Well, Smash Bros. Yeah. Put in the comments, y'all.
That's a possibility. People have been telling me to play it, so
yeah. Well, I want to play Elden Ring before I play this.
Yeah. But Elden Ring, like a lot of things in Elden Ring are in this game. Like the camps, the monsters, how they attack, and you parrying or dodging. In Elden Ring, it's all about dodging. It's not really about parrying.
Okay.
But in this game, dodging and parrying.
Well, parrying is more important in this game than it is dodging.
Yeah, you get more benefit from parrying
because with dodging, you still earn the AP, don't you, from it? If you have the skill.
You have that skill.
If you have the skill, the dodger skill, right? Yeah. And then it's the same with parrying as well, no? Like if you have the dodger skill, I think
No, I think dodging doesn't count for parry. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I can't remember. I can't remember myself.
But basically, when you parry, you get to tap back.
Yeah, which is the biggest. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's a good game. I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah, and I like a lot of the status afflictions that you can put on, and then like how it interacts with like your moves and things like that as well. Because I need to level up one more time for Loon.
Loon, I think.
So that I can get the revival spell skill that she can get.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Revival.
See, I just kind of threw all of that away. I was focused with those fakey, basically because at least for me at the moment, the game is basically saying parry or die.
Yeah, that is what the game is saying right now. Yeah.
It kind of, at least for me, trivializes a lot of the other assets of healing. I don't even heal anymore. I basically just want, and Frizzles does as well, just run this particular skill that you take half damage, but you can't heal.
Okay.
So you can tank a lot of stuff now, because I'm literally just taking less damage. And it's not been healing, because when you heal, you don't heal enough in the game anyway.
Plus, and like it just feels like a waste of a turn.
Yeah. So I'm just focusing parrying. If I mess up, at least I don't die. And yeah, that if someone dies, I just res them and just keep on going. Res them with the item and just keep on going until
What's the
dies.
party cap? Do you know?
3.
Oh, is it 3?
Yeah, which is a shame.
Yeah, I thought it would have been 4.
Yeah,
I would have thought it would have been 4.
Yeah, 'cause I got 4 now, but you can't. You have to restrict them out.
Oh, so you have 4 people in your party, but only 3 go into an actual combat.
But the cool thing is when your front line dies, you can send in the rest of them back in.
So what? So say for example you got 4 right? Yeah, in your party.
Yeah.
3 go into a combat.
Yeah. 3 die.
And if 3 die,
the rest will come in.
What if 1 dies? Does
nothing come in?
Okay, so it'd have to be all 3 of them die before the next lot come in.
The wave come in.
So the battle isn't over.
No, it's not over.
Okay.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
most games,
that's fair.
they don't allow that. Yeah. But I mean, so like, I like the parrying system. It's cool.
Yeah.
It just trivializes a lot of the game.
No, but I don't like. The thing is.
So well, what I mean by that is that for me, like turn-based games, something I like a lot. I like making interesting builds, interesting strategies. The strategy in this game for me is just parry or dodge, and then just whack them as hard as I can, stun them, which is good because it makes sense in this game. It's good for this game. I'm not saying it's bad for this game, guys. It's good for this game. But what I'm saying is that I still like traditional turn-based games. Yeah, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like one of my favorite turn-based games, it's actually a turn-based roguelike game called Star of Renegades, and I love that game because
I think you've mentioned it before, no?
Yeah, some fights would take me forever to do because, like, you can get like one-shotted in that game, but you got so many mechanisms to figure out how am I going to survive and kill the boss, and then maybe heal, put some shield, who I can. And it's like there's a bar of like whose turn comes when, and then you use certain attacks.
They have that in this as well, isn't it?
Yeah, use certain attacks to delay their turn. So yeah, which is pretty sick. So like some attacks are basically just for delayers. So I call them disruptors. They come and disrupt. You got tanks, you got attackers. So I got a disruptor my team. I'm pushing this boss to the next turn.
Oh yeah.
So his one shot move ain't coming till next turn. We dead everyone else because he's disrupted him. Get my big guy to one shot someone, and then that guy's next turn. That guy's turn is coming. On easier difficulties, you can keep on pushing them if you got enough disruption.
Oh, okay.
On harder
so he just never attacks basically.
Yeah. And the harder difficulties, they don't like it. They only like one disruption, and after that, you're getting KO'd. That's when I need to think about new skills. But okay, disrupt him and then stun him. Because if you stun, then it stops the disruption. Then it resets. Then I disrupt again. Yeah. The tactics come in.
I'll say
that's sick tactics.
Yeah,
I love that stuff. But then there's some bosses. There's some bosses that hate stunning. Basically, meaning if you stun them, they get enraged. So next turn they get double the damage. So it's like fuck. Or some monsters that don't like light attacks. If you light attack them, they get double the damage. And you're like fuck. So it's like you need to think about all this stuff. There's heavy attacks. There's all this. And he's like, I need to think about all this. How am I dead in all these monsters? There's 6 of them. 6 of them have one shots. I have 4 guys. How am I dead in these guys and keeping alive? But that's like the highest difficulty. I got to the end. It was like crazy.
Okay.
So I'm thinking like all this stuff, and it's like this is sick. This is like, for me that was like the best turn-based game I played just for the turn-based because there's so much I need to think about.
Yeah.
And
very tactical.
Yeah, I want more games to push further on the tactical aspect in turn-based games. This game is for me. It's not tactical. It's more of reflexes. This is good.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
But sort of say like how you were saying about you use your strategy to obviously delay the opponent's move and things like that, right? Yeah, or like so, and then also where you mentioned how you think the parrying trivializes pretty much every other aspect of the game in a sense.
So far.
Yeah. So far. Yeah. So What about when you in the game you've arrived at there's that mage looking tree like in the forest. You know where it tells you, oh yeah, you need to come and find they're going to the tree or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Like to go and find Mel.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you only got 2 people.
Yeah.
Okay, that boss. Yeah. Okay.
And then and you know when you arrive and then you see one of your expedition guys and then
he gets dead straight away.
yeah by that boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that boss has like a shield. So how did you get past that? Obviously, I know you have to just hit it once and the shield is broken, right?
Yeah.
But then if you go long enough in the fight, right, they regen the shield. But then when they regen the shield, it's more than one shield. It's like 5.
Yeah, I guess that's where the tactics do come in. So this game does have tactics.
Yeah. So then
tactics.
that's when you need those skills though.
Yeah.
Because what's her name? Loon. I don't know what level you might have been when you went to fight that once. Like I don't know if you can remember by any chance.
No.
But I think I was around like level 7 or something along those lines. Yeah, where I had unlocked a skill that basically Loon learns that hits multiple times. So
it's a lightning one.
Yeah, lightning.
I had that one.
Yeah. So then, definitely you were level 7.
Yeah.
So like, I use that to break the shield and then still get damage off because it hits at least
I think 6 times.
6 times. Yeah. So and then again, she came in clutch towards the end of the fight because the monster regenerates his shields, but this time it's not one shield; it's like 5 or 6 or something along those lines, isn't it? So I was able to break a couple of the shields with Gustav and then used her to break the rest of them and then actually finish him off as well.
Nice.
So like, so like the skills aren't necessarily trivial. They will come in.
Yeah,
and I know, sorry, that you said that so far it's trivial.
Yeah.
So I reckon that so far that you're saying will disappear and turn into I need those skills.
Yeah. No, so those skills are useful.
Yeah.
What I mean is that you're not thinking about defense in other ways. Like, there is no tanking.
Yeah.
Healing doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It trivializes that aspect of the game.
Bro, only just before I came down here for the pod, right? Yeah, I was playing the game because I had to be up super fucking early today.
Yeah.
When I got back home, I was, fuck it, I'm going to stay awake. I started playing the game, right? And I clocked. I've not put one skill point into defense yet.
Yeah.
Like, not one. I've just been putting it into mainly vitality and speed because I'm trying to. I want to try and get in as many goals before the guy gets to even have one go. I'm trying to get in as many turns.
Yeah,
and like, I don't feel like I need to put any points into defense. Although it would help. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it won't help.
I don't know how much it helps though.
That's the thing.
problem.
That's the thing.
They do so much damage. It's like if you don't parry, you're dead.
Yeah.
Definitely a monster that does like 4 hits, like you're dead.
Yeah.
Bruv, and this is the start. Later on, apparently, there's bosses do like 15 hit combos. You have to parry every single one.
Holy shit.
Someone said apparently there's one that maybe do 100. I don't know if that's true. Parrying 100 moves.
Because that boss in the forest there that we just spoke about, like, he's got one of those big moves, innit, where he charges up.
There's an earth move on the ground.
Yeah.
You have to dodge them, like, you have to dodge everything, basically.
Yeah, like, there's like
I think 5.
Five, yeah. And the first time he did it, the first 4 I parried perfect, like, no problem, but then the last one, it delays it slightly,
yeah,
innit?
it does it.
You get so used to the rhythm and then
rhythm.
he changes the rhythm, and that caught me off guard. I was like, you're a little bitch, you know that.
You're
a little bitch.
Yeah,
I didn't die, luckily.
Okay,
I didn't die, luckily. Like, because each individual hit doesn't actually do too much. It's when they combine together. That's when the actual overall is a lot of damage. Like, I think if you get hit by all of them, then you're dead. Yeah, then you're dead.
You need this. I mean, this game teaches you need to learn how to play quick.
100%.
It teaches you pretty much from the get go, which I do like. I respect that. It's good.
But I think I haven't tried it in the regular mode.
Oh, okay.
Right. I just went straight into hard mode.
Yeah, same here.
I was just like, fuck that. I want to. If I'm gonna play this game, I want to experience it
in the harder one.
In the hardest.
Yeah. Maybe if you play in the normal mode, maybe
the parrying would be a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know if it changes the timing, but I'm wondering maybe it's a bit like
the window
more forgiving.
The window must be more bigger, in my opinion.
Yeah, and maybe also like you just don't get hit as much. Like, so parrying isn't as
As in
important.
the monsters aren't doing as many
And
multi hits and
no,
things
they're
like
just
that.
not doing as much damage. Right?
Oh, right,
So
okay,
if you
okay,
miss
okay.
it, you're not gonna die in like one shot.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the point that, yeah, just dying in one shot.
Yeah.
If you miss it.
I mean, I told you, didn't I?
pretty
Like
crazy.
just before getting to that boss, I ran into that chromatic
The
Lancia
chromatic
or
Lancer,
whatever it's called.
Yeah. He one
Bro,
shots.
I saw it, yeah, and I was like, oh, this guy looks different, but he can't be that much stronger. He looks exactly the same. Yo,
No, he was strong.
nah, bro, this guy just like he might as well just like not even opened his eyes and just gone like this and killed me. Like,
It was strong.
yeah,
It was strong.
this much damage from his health bar, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's nothing.
Yeah.
And then my man just jabbed me.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Well, both overall, I want to move on, but overall, I think this game is great. Like,
Ah.
music's great. I'm very interested in the story. Like, I want more stories that are intriguing like this. Like, it feels like you're on an adventure trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
We're on an expedition trying to go around, seeing all these other.
Because
Yeah.
even the way they started it, like
Yeah.
the story at the start, right? Yeah, it just instantly, right. The first thing I thought of, yeah, was what the fuck is this? What's this? Why is this happening? Like they throw so many questions at you straight away, or like you start asking so many questions, I should say,
Yeah.
straight away, and that's what gauges you to want to find out. Do you know what I mean? And I think with not just video games, but like shows, TV shows, movies, whatever, if they do something like that where they can capture your attention that
Straight away,
quickly,
yeah.
they're
It's important.
gonna be successful in some way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, just playing the game, this kind of feels like a movie.
Yeah.
In a sense.
And it makes so much sense
Because
now why a lot of people have been saying as well that this is going to be Game of the Year. Like
yeah.
I was like yourself, I was quite skeptical in people saying that so soon already. Like we're only halfway through the year.
Yeah.
And we haven't really had many games as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because at the moment, that's the only big contender. I know people say the Wilds as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think Wilds is winning.
I don't
Game of
think
the
it
Year.
will after,
No, it won't.
yeah.
It won't.
Sorry.
Which is sad to say.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So I think at the moment, this is the biggest game, more likely to win Game of the Year. We
Yeah.
still have a couple games coming up. Like, I don't know if you probably didn't watch the Donkey Kong Direct.
No, I don't.
I was very impressed. I can't lie. They showed a lot in that game. There's a lot of mechanics. It looks like Mario Odyssey, but crazier.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah. And I was like, wow, I'm actually impressed. Like, very impressed. Like, they put so many mechanics in this game.
Yeah.
There's so many things to do in this game. It feels like this game's going to be massive. So it's coming out, I think, in 2 weeks. So I'm quite excited to pick that one up.
Okay.
I need to hear what you think about it.
Yeah,
For sure.
I wasn't going to, like, pick up straight away, but now I'm like, yo, I actually want to play this straight away.
Yeah.
Maybe day one.
Yeah, so I'm picking up day one.
Because there's a lot. I know that there's a lot of Donkey Kong fans that have been dying for a game as
Yeah.
well. Like
Yeah.
dying
Yeah.
for a game.
Like I was saying, like 3D DK has been 664. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's time.
He deserves it.
Oh, yeah.
He honestly deserves it.
I do
so-
think there's a lot of IPs that Nintendo have neglected because they've just mainly focused on Mario, which is fair enough because Mario being Mario, like,
yeah, he's the
Main.
biggest.
do you know what I mean? Yeah,
Mascot.
yeah.
But I think it's not to the same as Sony, but it's still bad. Is that they didn't diversify and really invest in a lot of the other IPs as
Yeah.
much. Like Sony also did the same. They didn't diversify and invest in a lot of the PS1, PS2
yeah,
mascots.
Yeah.
They kind of left them to the side and they kind of built up new ones.
yeah.
And I think a lot of the old school fans are kind of sad about that. Like Crash Bandicoot is like he's irrelevant.
That's
unfortunately.
literally the first
Crash
one I thought.
Bandicoot.
You know who the second one is that I thought of?
Spiral. Yeah,
That's
those
my
are the
boy.
two.
Spiral-
PS,
I think-
PS1.
Boy.
I think Spiral is worse than Bandicoot because Crash 4 is coming. So at least the racing with
Yeah,
Crash.
yeah.
so
They
they
had
do something.
a
yeah.
bit more love
But
than
Spiral had
Spiral, they just dashed him.
Oh man,
Yeah.
and he was a really loved character.
Bro,
love
feels
that
really
shit.
good.
Yeah, like
games are
really
good.
good.
Yeah,
PS1
people
days,
love it.
man.
Yeah.
It was
Bruv,
sick.
I remember even like because at that point Spyro was quite big back then.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the is it Spyro and Crash, like the crossover game?
Oh
that
yeah, I
they
remember
had?
that, Chris, bro. I remember
Yeah,
that.
where you go, Spyro goes into Crash's world and Crash goes into
Spyro's,
bro.
yeah.
That game was fucking elite. Elite.
Damn.
But I played that on Game Boy though. That was
Oh yeah.
Okay. But I mean, so yeah, man. Like PlayStation, like they kind of neglected their old games, and Nintendo, to be honest, also did the same. Not to the same extent, like I was saying, but I mean, like they didn't really focus. They didn't invest as much into like F-Zero, Star Fox, Metroid. They didn't, but now they are finally.
I mean, they
Metroid's
have been
getting
now
some
a
love.
little bit more in it because they bought out. What was it? Is it Prime? That was Metro Prime? No. What was the
Metro Dread.
That's it.
Yeah,
Dread.
so
Yeah.
Dread,
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Recently, they've invested
Yeah.
more into that, but
Yeah,
they neglected
Metroid.
it for a bit.
I mean, the three that you said, Metroid has the most love.
Yeah, it has the most love. And that's saying something because those fans were hungry.
Yeah. I know Metro people are like, I need that shit, man.
Yeah. I think the worst times are those three specifically is Star Fox. Because Star Fox literally has nothing. Like, at least F-Zero, you see his games coming, like, they do like these small little games on like the NSO online service. They do that. They actually do nothing for Star Fox. Like, Star Fox.
Star Fox is one of the ones that I'm quite surprised that it's been neglected the way it has, because there's so many Nintendo fans that love
Star
the
Fox
one and only
Fox McCloud.
Oh, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I actually blame that the old heads at Nintendo. Like, what's his name? The guy who made Miyamoto. Because he's like 60 something now. He doesn't really make games. The guy that made Donkey Kong, he made Star Fox, he made Mario.
Okay.
He made a lot of the big IPs for Nintendo.
But he's not making games.
No, he's just in the movies, and he's in theme parks now. Because he used to be tired, like, from gaming.
Shit.
Like that. He's in his 60s, fair enough.
Shit.
So, but I blame him because the last Star Fox game he made was Star Fox Zero on Wii U. And that one is basically thus retreading back to 64.
Okay.
That's the problem with Star Fox. They're just pretty much always remaking the same 64 game. Because they know the 64 game was goated. Everyone knows that game was like one of the best games of all time.
Yeah.
So they just keep going back and literally using the same story, using the same maps. Just different, just re-envisioning them, re-envisioning like up and stuff. But it's like, it's not expanding the series.
Is it sort of in a case like what Sony did with The Last of Us? With remastering.
No, it's not the same. It's more than that, but it's not that much more. Because it
might as well be that. Then,
it might as well in a sense, yeah. They definitely do add new mechanics. They change stuff. They change story events. They change what's going on, but you're still going to the same maps. It's still the same concept. They're not evolving the series from almost 30 years ago now, which is the problem. They just don't know how to evolve it. So when it came to that game, he kind of forced them. He's like, no, Star Fox needs to be like this. So they kept it pretty much as it's been.
Oh, in that sense.
So the series has never been able to grow. And I think a lot of the old Nintendo heads, I've heard this a lot. A lot of them, they only play Nintendo games. They don't really listen and look at other games.
Oh,
so they don't really know as much.
Yeah, no, that's real bad.
Yeah. So like people like Sakurai are different. He has all the systems. He plays like all the games.
Okay.
So, he has PS5. He has every Xbox Series X. You seen him on his?
He's a true gamer. He's a true gamer. He's a true gamer.
Yeah. But you were saying so?
No, I was gonna say you can see it in the quality of the work, man.
Yeah.
So he plays. He knows all these people. He's always doing stuff. But I think. Sorry.
No, go on.
I think a lot of these old head Nintendo people just haven't had that, and that's why the Switch 2 is such a different console in concept than any other system, where it's such a one-to-one just upgrade. Yeah. Because now all the old heads are gone. They're retired. Okay. Normally when they come in there, we need to do all these fancy new ideas to the console, just retread it. Nah, these guys said, nah, just keep it the same. Just beef it up, make it better, because this is what people want. Let's invest in the hard tech.
Because everyone liked the concept, I guess, of the Switch, innit?
The concept was working. Just keep it up. Just make it better. And it's better. And that's what makes me hopeful that hopefully these games coming up, these old ones, when they come back, they can innovate on them proper. Because the old heads are gone now.
Like they ain't gonna whisper in their ear like you gotta do this.
Yeah, the new guys are coming like, nah, there's so much we could do with this. We can make Star Fox. I would like some type of open world, but not proper open world. But it's like there's bounty hunting, there's going around flying to different planets, just doing stuff
some
like
quests and things like that.
Because Star Fox is basically it's on rails, which is it's fun. On rails fighting like arcade style, but arcade style is dead now. No one plays arcade games like that no more.
Nah,
you can't do that in 2025. You couldn't do that in 2017.
Yeah,
no facts.
It was probably even 2014. You couldn't do it by then. Like things need to evolve. So they need to like
up their game.
Yeah. And when I'm seeing games like, even though Mario Kart has a lot of faults, they're innovated in how open the game is. I can see them, they're trying to innovate stuff. Donkey Kong, when I see the game, I'm like, they're actually really innovating in how they're developing games.
But can I just quickly say, because what you said is, when we mentioned Donkey Kong just a minute ago, you were saying how it just reminds you of Odyssey.
Yeah.
So is it innovation if it's basically like Odyssey, because they've done Odyssey already, obviously?
So Odyssey, I think, is very different than your normal more normal Mario game in general. Anyway,
yeah.
It's so different.
Okay.
Because normal Mario, you're going from level to level.
Yeah, it's a platform.
This one, the whole thing is a level.
Yeah,
exactly.
And so they've already done it in Odyssey. That's why Odyssey was so good.
Yeah.
Because the formula was so different compared to anything else.
Yeah.
And now this is like Odyssey, but for Donkey Kong with all the Donkey Kong stuff, and it's high quality at the same time.
But what I'm saying is it innovation if they've already done it with Odyssey?
Oh, so
Right.
you're saying is that innovation itself?
Yeah.
The way they're doing it in this game is innovation.
Okay.
But Donkey Kong is literally
I
just
guess-
breaking up the whole planet. He's digging down,
Yeah, because I was gonna.
and
What I was
here's
gonna say.
this is all so
I was
much.
just about to say, like, you can't do that in Odyssey.
No,
Yeah,
there's
because
no such thing.
what I was gonna say as well is to sort of counteract my own point.
Yeah.
In a sense, is that obviously with Donkey Kong, there's a lot of mechanics in that game as well that they would have to then implement into an Odyssey style world
Yeah.
for them. So yeah, I guess there is innovation to a certain
You
extent
can
in
you
it.
can definitely tell this is a DK game from the presentation, how the game is.
Yeah.
But the way like this game even has upgrades, like upgrading your system of like when you do vibrate stuff, you can do your sonar to find different things on the ground. You can
So you're actually using the mechanics of the console.
well, no, I'm just talking about the game itself.
in the game.
Oh, right,
You
okay.
can actually upgrade your system, Donkey Kong as a character with like RPG elements into this to make it so his
Oh, I
powers
see
are
what you're
better.
saying. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like they don't normally do this in like Mario games, but now they're adding into the DK game. I never thought they're gonna do some RPG elements into
Okay.
this.
True, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then there's all these different power ups and the stuff like there's a lot. Like, I was wowed. I was like, damn.
All right.
And I've never really been into the DK. Like the last DK game, I bought the one on Wii U, and I didn't even play it. Like played it once, and I just that's it. Gave it to Howard, my cousin.
Shout out.
Shout out my boy.
I wasn't about that.
Hey,
So
Howard, don't let him mock you like that, bro.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't say anything about him.
I know you didn't, but
Man wants to stir the pot.
Actually, no, he's a Farah sympathizer. So yeah, but we already talked about that.
Yeah.
So I set him straight. I set him straight recently.
hey,
But,
Faris, did he set you straight though, man?
No, not Frizzle. I would say.
Oh,
He used to
okay.
be a Farah sympathizer, but now he isn't.
Oh, okay.
No, he isn't.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, like I was saying, like I think I want them to really
Yeah.
up some of their older IPs in that way.
Yeah.
So leading on to some of my other questions then, because Switch 2 does come out, new stuff. Are there any games that you played in the past from Nintendo that you would like them to bring back and revitalize, any series or anything in general?
Can my answer be slightly skewed to skewing your question in this?
Okay, go for it.
So, I've never played any of these games, but I've always sort of liked the character, mainly with him being on Smash. I've liked the character. I didn't like the character in Smash because of who he is. But
Okay.
Kirby. Like, because come on, man, he's a cute little pink ball with a fucking whole universe in him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that concept just makes me laugh, right? And I know Sakurai, because we've spoken about this on the Discord, Sakurai said that he's not going to create another Smash game until he gets a chance to make a new Kirby game, I think it was.
Yeah. So
right?
now he's made a Kirby game.
So-
After this, it's gonna be Smash.
Yeah, so I would love to see an actual Kirby game on the Switch 2.
Okay.
Because the lore and everything of Kirby is, because I did this was a while ago, right, where I was looking into it, because I was like, why the fuck is Meta Knight here, and what the fuck's his purpose, and why is DDD a fucking penguin when the rest of these characters are all just blobs? Like, do you know what I mean? like legit.
Man said blobs.
No, but legit, like they're just balls, man. Like even Meta Knight is a ball with wings.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's how I found out that fucking Kirby's got a whole universe inside his mouth, bruv. Like, you know how we say, yeah, we're a disposable garbage thing because the amount we can eat, bruv. He is that. Like, he is literally that.
That's just
Like, man,
open.
yeah, man, just everything,
Jeez.
everything.
God damn.
Pause.
I hope not.
That sloppy top's gonna be sloppy.
Yeah. But
So when it comes to him, because you haven't played his previous game.
no, but like,
So-
I just want to be able to like, what would be cool as a concept for a new Kirby game, right? Especially for the audience like myself that have not actually previously played a game, is maybe sort of reintroducing Kirby in a ways for newer audiences, but then also in somewhere or another. Obviously, I don't know what they would have to do in this sense, right? Because they'd have to look into it, but also make it in a way where it doesn't feel like for people who have played previous games that they're having to start from the beginning again, in a sense.
So are you saying I'm kind of confused, to be honest? Not
No,
like,
go on.
because you haven't played any of the previous games.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you would think would be inviting to someone that hasn't played
No, but
games?
that
Because you haven't played the games anyway.
no, I haven't. But the reason why it's inviting for me is because I just like the character.
Okay.
And I've read a little bit of the lore, like, and that's what's intrigued me about the character in the first place. So that's why I want to play it.
Well, I got a couple questions then. Are you saying just changing the genre or what the games are in general?
I told you I've never played any of the games to know. So like I don't know what they would do. Like a lot of games, especially in this day and age, like with Donkey Kong, for example, is now becoming way more open world. So what if we get another actual open world Kirby game?
Okay, so
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what Sakurai would do because
I don't even know if Kirby games are open world or not.
no, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know what I've never played them to know. Like if I had to hazard a guess, I'm assuming they would be from previous games. They were like 2D platformers to a certain extent.
Not all of them. Nah, the previous one wasn't.
Oh, but that's my point. Like I don't know, but
Switch.
I'm just hazarding a guess.
Yeah.
Do you know
All
what I
I'm
mean?
saying is that I don't know how much of a conversation we can have on this because.
But I would just like to see a Kirby game
so basically,
because he's another.
You want a new Kirby game?
Yeah.
There's gonna be a new Kirby game.
Okay. Because he's another IP that we were just talking about that
That Kirby game is a racing game.
Yeah, no, but there's gonna be one after that. I'm pretty sure.
After that as well,
Yeah.
yeah?
Kirby games come all the time. Like, we get so many.
Alright, say less.
Oh wait, because he's not another IP that's neglected to an extent. He's not.
No, he had
not
like
Kirby.
2 on Switch. He had like 2 on Wii U. He had a couple on DS. He has so many games. Like Kirby has so many
Kirby's
games.
been about, fam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know what more. Because he's had so many games and you haven't played any of them. I haven't played them either, so I'm not saying this on you.
Yeah.
If you haven't played them, I don't know what new they could do to help you to play them. If we don't even know what they're like in the first place anyway.
So with the knowledge you have of the previous games, like
the only Kirby game I played is from N64. So my knowledge is like nothing.
okay.
Well,
So,
your question, I don't even like understand. What you're trying to ask.
I wasn't asking. He was asking us what games that we would like to see come back or something like that.
Yeah.
You
Along
said
those lines.
IPs, no, not just games specifically.
Yeah, IP. Yeah. But
Characters and
But
things
since you
like
haven't
that.
played Kirby, I don't know like.
Yeah,
what
I
you
see.
would expect
So
to come
my
back.
thing was I didn't realize that Kirby was a character or / game IP, whatever you want to call it, right? That actually had titles recently. I didn't realize that.
Oh, man's been about, fam.
See, that's the thing that I didn't realize. I didn't realize. Yeah. So that's why I brought it up.
I'm sitting here, I'm like, what the fuck?
Because I didn't know that he'd actually had games recently, like and things like that. So that's why I wanted to bring him up, because I also was aware how Sakurai said that he's not gonna make another Smash game until he gets the chance to make a Kirby game.
Kirby Airwise. It was specifically Kirby Airwise.
Okay.
Because Kirby Airwise, that game has been 22 years. There's Kirby Air Ride itself, 22 years since the last one. Kirby Air Rides, just that.
Okay.
The racing.
Yeah, just racing.
Okay.
Kirby games in general,
Yeah.
2023, 2022, 2020, 2019, 2018,
Well, and are they actual like adventure
2017,
games?
2016, 2015, 2014, and these are like some of these years had like 2 in 1 year.
Fucking hell.
2020, 2012, 2011, 2010, 28, 26. So basically, every 2 years is a Kirby game, or sometimes 2. Kirby's stacked.
Wow. I'm
Kirby's
surprised by that
wow.
because, like,
Why are you surprised, fam? What Nintendo games do you really play?
that as well. But,
Yeah,
if we go
so-
back that far, definitely none because, like,
I don't even play Nintendo, and he's like, oh, I didn't know. Like,
No, but you
all I know is Smash Bros, isn't it?
You'd think that you'd still hear about it. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I do. I just don't play them.
Nah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Come on now, dog.
All right. Well, a Kirby game will come on Switch too, apart from Air Rides.
Okay.
And we could, I guess maybe I'll check it out as well too.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I'll probably won't play it, buy it, but I'll be interested to see what it's about.
Yeah,
Was
it's
Sakurai
insane.
in charge of all of those previous Kirby games?
Nah, he wasn't. He was only Kirby Air Rides back in the day, and one of the first Kirby Air Rides. No, one of the first Kirby games like long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, cause he created Kirby when he was 17.
Yeah, because I know that he
Time
was
ago.
the one who created it.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
then he stopped making Kirby games for a long
He
time.
was the reason.
That must have been painful for him.
Damn.
He wanted to come back to his baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'd be interested in, like, if the game is worthwhile, I'd love to.
Yeah, because you like the character.
Yeah.
You just haven't been into the series yet.
Yeah.
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 Never advice. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
See what they do on Switch.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Well, what about you, Jaya? Do you have any specific Nintendo IP from the past that you would like to come back? This can even be. It could be not even just Nintendo. It could be a game that was on Nintendo system, but it wasn't first party, like third party, but it was for a Nintendo system.
I know they can make my Sonic Adventure free, bruv. I'm happy with that shit.
Yeah, they could do
That's
that.
But that ain't never gonna happen.
Man
so
said
that's
my
never
as
gonna
well. You
happen.
know.
my Sonic Adventure.
Mine. Like the game is
bitch.
dedicated for him.
Yeah, man.
yeah.
I need that shit.
I think they're quite happy going with the Frontier route because they were quite happy with the success of that game.
Yeah. Which
So I
is,
think they're gonna
What
continue.
was the
I'm never
concept
gonna
of
get
that?
What?
Of Frontier. Like, is it a linear game? Like,
Open world Sonic
open
in a
world
way?
Sonic, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
it felt it didn't. I haven't played it, but from looking at it, it didn't seem like Sonic. Like everything about the graphical style and the way the world looked, it didn't seem like Sonic.
Yeah.
It
That's
said
what
like
lot of
a
people
generic world with Sonic.
say. They threw man in.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, and I'm hoping,
Man
I'm
running
hoping
out.
in this next game they add that Sonic element to the world as well.
Make it more Sonic-y.
Yeah. That's what you need. That's what you need.
Sonic-y.
Then I'll
Sonic-y.
be on it. Because
You know what
that
I'm saying?
literally looked like an asset flip. Like it was just from
Yeah,
they just
yeah.
saw some random assets and they put it in and some
That's
Sonic bits.
Nah,
That's
for
what
real.
everyone was saying.
You
For
can't have
real.
an opinion on that because you never tried it.
No, I'm just saying from looking at
Oh!
it. Look, I'm just saying from the looks. I'm not saying from the actual gameplay.
Yeah,
So I was just saying-
I know what you
I'm
mean.
talking
I know
about
what
the
you mean.
acid trip. You don't know.
I mean, I do know. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the looks of the game.
No, but you've never tried acid to know how it feels like to be on the acid trip.
Oh, yeah.
Am I wrong?
The acid trip, yeah? No, yeah. I need to get an acid trip. I need to get an acid trip. No. But fair enough.
Yeah, well, so the IP I care for really and truly, right? It's my boy Link. Ping! Managed to
Yeah.
come through. Switch
Yeah, but he's not
game.
really coming back. He's always been here.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
always
that's
been
what I
there.
mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just need another Legend of Zelda game, fam.
Yeah.
But,
So I guess.
but I guess with Zelda though, it's always expected that he's gonna come on there.
Yeah. At least one every console.
Yeah, at
in
least.
recent years, it's been at least two. Sometimes three actually. They carry them out.
Well, I mean, on Switch
Yeah,
it was
They were
2.
three. No, they're three on Switch. No, they're 4.
Oh no, there was the remake.
Yeah.
There was the remake
yeah.
of the
And we had
Link.
Which one is?
Echoes of Wisdom, Echoes of Time, and obviously Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Which one is
wait,
the?
Echoes of one of the two is 3DS.
Okay. Echoes
Which
of
one? Which
Time
one
might be
is?
3DS.
Which one is the one where that you play as Zelda as well?
Echoes of Wisdom, I think.
That's the one that,
Okay.
that drops. But the other one is 3DS.
But then there was also a remake as well, no? Like with like sort of that chibi character style of the game. I think that might have been. I don't know which.
Link's
anime.
Awakening.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. So we had 4.
That one is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that one is.
Yeah, we had 4.
Four.
But I guess in a sense, the two chibi ones they normally would be 3DS games.
Yeah.
So they combine it
Usually.
into one.
They're on the same console.
Yeah.
now,
So yeah, I
we got
guess
two. We got two technically.
Well, we got two brand
big
new.
ones. Two bigger ones, I suppose we
Yeah.
say. So
Three brand new.
3 brand new, 1 remake.
One remake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, when they
I can't
come-
lie though. I
when they
like
come
that.
off.
I like that art style on the Link's Awakening. Is it Link's Awakening?
Link's
yeah.
Awakening.
I like that. I never played it, but watching.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah,
Can't lie.
I don't know what it is, but like I just find that art style endearing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And
like there's something that just it makes me like happy to see it. Do you know what I mean?
Unless it's Zelda.
No, even maybe then.
Apparently not. Apparently not.
I see a picture. I don't really care.
Echoes of Wisdom was up your alley. Apparently.
You know what I mean?
Mine.
Yeah.
I mean, I just never played it.
No, man, but no, man.
Well, he's what?
Sorry.
My man's voice was going.
Yeah, sorry. Back in the past, you're saying
Used to
that
dip
Echoes
his
of Wisdom.
balls drop.
It just didn't vibe you. You just
Oh yeah, no, but like, if I should have given it a try, in all honesty,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, I'm not wrong
that's
with
dumb.
you're not wrong with what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah, but I guess overall, for Jay, I mean, his love is the Zelda.
Yeah.
For you, it's just trying new stuff. For me, I suppose some of the old IPs that I love, like Star Fox, I guess that's the main thing from back in the day.
Which
So,
shocks me still to this day that like they haven't
Star Fox suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they haven't done. They should have done way more.
way
but
more
they just haven't.
because the character is so popular, like insanely popular.
It was.
Especially because my knowledge of majority of obviously Nintendo IPs is gonna come from Smash because variety of characters.
Yeah,
and
that's probably
everything.
why these characters are popular.
Yeah, they
Not
got.
because of the games, because of fucking Smash.
Yeah.
Well, to be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah.
back on the N64 and SNES, Star Fox did really well. It
Yeah.
sold really well.
Yeah.
Well, that's very impressive. But yeah, he got
But
even more popular.
After that, like, I mean, you looked at me like I said something blasphemous when I was talking about Star Fox Adventures, right?
I mean, that is blasphemous.
My point exactly. So, like, going onwards, there is no Star Fox game.
No.
The only way you know Star Fox is
Smash.
either you went back in the days to play these games or you played Smash.
Smash,
Yeah.
yeah. Smash really helped them to market a lot of the other IPs. Like Fire Emblem, we don't even know that in the West because
didn't
we
even
didn't
read
have
about that,
games until Melee came out. I was like, whoa, who's this guy with the blue hair?
Yeah.
He's sick, fam. The guy with red hair doing Fire Blades.
Yeah.
Seems pretty good.
Hey, do you know what I did the other day as well? You know,
What's
after our GU recording session, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually played Smash for the first time in a minute. Oh, that was it.
Smash is too fun.
Sucked. It sucked because of how bad the internet connection. Like, bro, even trying to describe it is so difficult. Like, yeah, it's like the delay in the inputs were crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I hate that, man. But you need that wide internet. That even if you got sick internet, Wi-Fi is just not gonna.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Oh,
Unless you go Wi-Fi 7.
I'm actually gonna. Have they got an electric store in Blue? Sorry, guys. Like, we're literally talking about what we're about to do next as well. Ignore me. We'll talk about that after. Sorry, my bad.
But let's just get to some final topics before we end up wrapping up. So, Tile Update 2 for Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yes, yeah.
Monster Hunter!
So, I know, Jay, you haven't seen it.
Nope.
So, we'll fill you in a little bit as well while we're going
This should have
over it.
been out on 28th of Feb. But
So we got Nagai Chris,
Yep.
basically for Monster Hunter Tri for you. He's also on GU. And Shividrios.
Yeah.
no.
Who was in
Have you got Steve coming back?
GU as well.
Yeah, GU.
Steve
and
is coming up.
Sunbreak, right?
Yeah.
Steve is back.
Yeah.
Do you know, yeah, one thing I clocked with Seregios, yeah, from the trailer, right, yeah, the detail on him looks really nice.
Graphics.
Yeah, like, legit. Like, obviously, I know it was the last time we saw him was on the Switch.
Sunbreak,
Yeah. But on here, like, his head, right, like, it looks so much more detailed with, like, I don't know if you want to call them scales or feathers
Probably
or whatever.
scales,
Yeah, they have
but
the
like
scales.
you can see more details on the scales along here as well, like, because it's a different shade and everything. Like on the Switch, like his whole head just looked like one color. Do you know what I mean? And in
Sorry,
this
Switch.
and in this though, like you can see the way they differentiated it to give that like spiky sort of effect on it, and it looked really nice. Because when I saw him, I was like, this guy looks different, but he's just Seregios. He's not like it's like a deviant or like some sort of different form of it.
Same man putting through like, yo, I'll go on.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe I was just hyping up on stream. I didn't tell too much.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
this one's actually interesting because I mean it's good that we got both.
Yeah.
But coming back to something that you're saying, actually, actually no, maybe we should talk about how you feel about it. Like, what do you think about Legaikus and Sidros? You guys hype for that?
Yes.
You know?
I'm looking forward to Seregios.
Yeah, cause I ain't seen my boy since GU, man.
Yeah, and he hasn't been in 5th gen. He's out of water again. We got to see what this is like.
Wow.
I mean, the fight's looking pretty
Underwater,
decent.
bruv.
Yeah,
Underwater, bruv.
You're not fighting
I
with
know.
So
the way they tried
There's
to
a few bits and bobs on the water.
Yeah,
innit?
you can actually
I was scrolling. I saw little bits.
I was in his chat when he
I
was.
was like, yo, are we?
I was in his.
I don't hear you say anything, so I thought, nah, we're not.
I was in his chat, yeah, when he was doing the stream for the trailer, yeah, and as soon as the trailer began, yeah, he literally went, nah, they're baiting us here, guys. Don't believe it. Don't believe it.
This is bait.
Don't
This is
believe
bait.
it. And it was like, I was agreeing with you as well. Like, I can't like, if there was underwater combat, yeah, there would have been some huge leak about it. Like someone would have found out about it in somewhere or another. Do you know what I mean?
Plus, it would be weird for them to have underwater combat only for one monster. That
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
It's too big of a feature.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, they wouldn't have not included that from the start. Do you know what I mean?
Effort, like you said, just for one monster.
But this might be a bit controversial.
Go for it.
But I haven't fought Laggy yet, right? But weirdly, right, yeah, after the trailer, right, I felt more excited about Seregios than I did about Laggy.
Yeah.
But do you know what? That might come back to because of the fact that one, I haven't fought Laggy, so I don't know what to expect, right? Two, because Seregios was one of my favorite fights in Sunbreak because of just the way he was, like, in the combat. He's really fast, like, very different to a lot of the other monsters in that sense as well. He's a very simple monster, in the sense that he's just quick. He'll hit you hard, and so in this game, I don't think monsters are super quick.
Nah, they're pretty slow.
Do you know what I'm saying? So having him come into this, right, is gonna switch up a lot in terms of how you're gonna just have to fight a monster in general.
Assuming they don't slow him down.
Yeah.
Because they've slowed down faster monsters.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true.
Kongolala is one of the biggest examples. They made him so slow.
Yeah.
Insane.
Okay.
Gypsross is so slow.
Okay.
Man.
So
But
fingers crossed that they don't do that. They don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, because
this guy should be a speed demon.
Exactly, because that's what he's meant to be like. Do you know what I mean?
And Mouse Tracks.
So that's why
he's the true speed emperor.
Yeah,
he'll be in the Wilds and whatever the
expansion.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
I actually don't think he's.
I don't think he'll ever come back.
He'll come.
I don't think he'll come back in this game. I would love to see him come back, but I don't think he will, especially with the love that he got shown in Sunbreak.
Valstrax.
So I hope they don't slow him down, because I just love the moves that he had in Sunbreak. Obviously, I'm not expecting him to have the exact same kit.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be quite similar.
But 100% agree with that, because there's a lot of moves in Sunbreak that he had, where he kind of feints you in a sense, because he'll do a weird sort of dive bomb, but he doesn't actually hit you, and he goes at another angle and then comes and hits you, and things like that. And I really enjoyed that, because it makes you have to be on guard and not to just fall for the bait, basically.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of monsters in this game are so predictable.
Yeah, they are.
They're just very predictable.
God damn,
so
bro.
This should be a good mix up for us.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no.
And that's why I'm really excited for him.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think there's a lot of monsters that do bleed.
No, I think it's only Odeground.
And Jewu.
Jewu does it.
You know the
When he throws the things.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so, because I was thinking, does he do it? But I think maybe.
Yeah.
One of them
I think
does.
you mentioned it in the stream, but I never got around to mentioning it in the chat
I was
for
thinking,
you.
does he do it? He should, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
So
I'm
that's
so sure he does. I'm so
yeah,
sure he
yeah,
does.
he does.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, there's not much to bleed. So he was the original bleed monster, the first one.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's good
So
to have him.
I'd like to see that come back as well.
But once again, I know you're excited for him, but Shibz just got overshadowed, man. He's just always overshadowed. Basically, back for you, because we didn't have the base game 4 in the West, right?
Was he a flagship, by the way?
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
That's the whole point. You asking that question means he's overshadowed, because he is a flagship. Most people don't even know that.
Yeah.
Because he's overshadowed by Gormagala. Because Gormagala was a flagship of 4, the base game. He's a flagship of Ultimate. People just think Gormagala is the flagship of 4 Ultimate. They don't even recognize Shibz. They just think it was another monster. So he got outshadowed. Then he gets added into Sunbreak. He still doesn't have a subspecies. Gormagala has he's 2 other species. Laggy has 2 others. All these monsters have more. He doesn't have shit. And now he's back again. People are hyped for the guy Chris, and then Shibz just is extra.
Quick one. So did
It's happening again. He's overshadowed again.
Did Laggy and Ceregios
deep.
come in get introduced in the same game / expansion?
No, Laggy is the base game of 3. Laggy's older than Ceregios.
Okay, so he came out the game before. Okay.
The base game.
Okay.
And then in the expansion, he got a rare species and he got a subspecies.
But
Ceregios doesn't have any subspecies, no rare species, nothing. And he was in he was in 4 Ultimate, and he was overshadowed anyway.
See, it would have been cool. It would have been cool then, don't get me wrong, I'm still happy with Ceregios being there.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool maybe to give a subspecies and bring that into this game.
Yeah, that would have been good.
That would have been nice.
I think he should have got one in Sunbreak at least.
Hyped.
I'm not too fussed that he didn't have one in Sunbreak, because I'd never fought him before anyway, so he was just like a brand new monster. But from your perspective, completely understand.
Because in GU, he didn't have anything. He had a defense either.
True, actually.
So
I completely understand you saying that, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool to... If you're reintroducing monsters, right, I feel like in this game, because of the lore of the game as well, you're out literally into unexplored area that the guild has never, ever been to.
Yeah, actually, all the games are connected, fam.
To a certain extent, though, they are, because it all comes back down to this humongous guild that everyone sort of... No, it is, because even when you look at what's his name? What's the monster's name? The final boss. Zoshia. In the Monster Hunter lore, right? Zoshia is technically mentioned, but no one knew about a name or anything like that, because they mentioned previously, before Wilds and everything, that there was this monster that was bought and built with different.
Oh, but that's different. That's different.
No, but
Like,
it's the description is so.
yeah, but back then that was just something that wasn't even seen as canon, and this is basically them just treading back to an old idea and saying, we could take this and change it.
Yeah, I mean,
it was never
I
that
guess-
intended purpose back then.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
That's
So-
what I'm like.
But he's right that it is kind of connected, but they don't really lean into it, because
Yeah.
if you think about most of the game, it's not like they've had subspecies of rare species coming out of the get go. They have some in the form of Guardian,
Yeah.
but apart from that, they're not really doing that much.
Yeah.
So they're underutilizing what you're asking for.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice, but they're
It
not
would
doing
have.
that.
100% would
I
have.
think Sewagers will definitely get a sub in the expansion.
You
eventually.
would hope.
It should be good.
You would hope.
It should be good. So yeah, man. But I'm interested to see what Laggy's fight is like. And also Sewagers. I want to see what it's about. But one is
Just quickly as well, like
Go for
because
it.
you mentioned the Steve getting overshadowed all the time.
Yeah.
That's exactly like Odegaard.
But he's not subspecies. I mean, he's not a flagship though, so it's fine.
No, but he still got overshadowed. Like, because even when he got introduced in World and Iceborne, like, there was a ton of other monsters that like just overshadowed him straight away.
Yeah, but it's different because there's a ton of monsters anyway. But he's
That's
a
true.
flagship. It's
Okay,
different.
that's
he is
fair,
to be
yeah.
the big poster,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
was never the big poster.
It's even more of an emphasis on the overshadowing.
And
yeah.
even more, think about this game. Gormagala was still the first guy to come in. He was the first bitch, and then now Sewagers is later, and people are like Sewagers. But
yeah.
Virgil's is what it is.
Gormagala is always there.
And he's and the thing is as well actually is that Sirojus might not even get fought a lot because he's not going to be a 8-star monster.
I hope he is.
I'm
I think
hoping
he
he
should
is,
be.
but I
think he
can't
should be.
see him being one.
I think he should be. But
Just because
we'll
of the way things are going, I feel like Laggy's going to be an 8-star, and he's not.
I'll be. Sad.
I'd be very surprised if they put 2 8-star monsters.
I think they will.
You think?
Yeah, I think they will. Yeah.
I'd love it. I'd really be happy if they did,
Yeah.
but I just don't know.
I guess we'll see in that one. But one of the things that I wanted to say is that that we were talking about content that should have been in the base game a while ago. It was actually found that Laggy and Sewagers were also in the data leaked
From the
logs from the base game. Yeah. So people knew about these monsters since before the game even came out.
Wow.
So some people are saying that literally everything up to now is the point where they don't know anything above this. There's only one more thing they do know that's still in the leaks. This I'm not going to mention. I got leaked it
No, you mention it.
because I don't want to leak stuff. Like people don't want to
Oh,
see
you
that.
can mention it to me later.
Fine. But everything up to now has already been in the code in some instance.
Oh
Okay.
shit! So the real release date is
Will be from title update 3
It's
or
tomorrow.
4.
It's tomorrow. No,
Yeah.
the real release date is tomorrow technically.
No, but right, as in like the full game is gonna be from tomorrow.
Technically.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Laggy and
That's mad.
Sewagers technically should have been in the game
So like,
from what we see.
5 months late. 4 months late, man.
Yeah, basically, it's a bit of a shame.
It is, because and like I hate having to say it like this, but like because we've discussed this before as well. Is obviously
Yeah,
the reason why they
plenty of
brought it
times,
out is because
For numbers, cuz.
and for their profit numbers.
Business.
Yeah. Which is so sad that they had to do it like that. I would
Businessman.
have much preferred them just bringing the game out now.
Yeah. We'll have to wait, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah,
We enjoyed it.
but
man.
we would have had
Fix
way
all
more
the shit
content as
stuff.
well.
Yeah.
And
And I think also like the game, so from release up until now, people have just been dropping in and out occasionally, and like it's not been consistent with like how many people are playing. Do you know what I mean? And correct me if I'm wrong here, but the player base has been dropping slowly.
On Steam, it's been dropping quite heavily.
Yeah, which I'm not surprised
which
because of the
makes sense.
performance of the game as well and
Yeah,
everything.
performance, but it makes sense. People don't always keep playing the same game.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but it's just interesting to note
Yeah,
that has dropped quite a lot.
but when you compare it with previous titles, like the drop is quite drastic compared to.
I've heard the drop is kind of consistent to World.
Oh,
but-
really?
Yeah, but it's interesting that World at the moment more people are playing World than they are playing Wilds.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, that's the more interesting.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
thing.
Wow, though.
I would have happily waited until now.
Yeah, I would have.
I mean, because we've waited how long anyway? Another 4 months wouldn't have hurted us.
Nah,
Yeah.
yeah, wouldn't
Do you know
have
what I
been too
mean?
deep.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't have been too deep.
So I don't know. Apparently they even said on. It's weird because they have all this extra roadmap they didn't talk about in the actual showcase. Apparently they've got roadmap up to title update 4.
But they only
5?
showed us 3, up to 3, no?
Yeah, they only showed us up to 3, which
Yeah,
is weird.
yeah.
I don't know why they did that. It's strange because they said that, they're gonna do a new monster in Type Update 4 sometime in like winter. They said they might do a Type Update 5. They said they're gonna do some balance changes later on, new reward systems, all the stuff. I'm like, why didn't you just say this in the showcase? Like, what's wrong with you? It's weird.
Yeah.
Unless they just mainly wanted to dedicate this showcase to this tile update.
Yeah, which is fair enough, but there's so much that people want to know for the future because they already kind of
no,
annoyed.
because previously as well, they have told us
Yeah.
a lot of info. Like
Yeah.
they don't sort of hide it. They just tell us straight up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I don't know, but it did. So this kind of leads me to my, last question before we wrap up. It's like this game, more than any other Monster Hunter game, just makes me feel like these title updates are less of extras for us and more of just them finishing the game,
yeah,
which is a shame.
Yeah, it is.
So there was actually a question going on X saying, do you prefer having all the game at once or waiting monthly to get more updates? Like me personally, I'll start us off. It just makes me annoyed when I have to wait for these little things, because if a game just has a lot and I'm enjoying it, I'm going to be playing like constantly. Like even thinking about games like let's just say Smash, for example. I know it's a driven game. Yes, they do updates later on. Those updates for the new characters, I'm not playing those characters anyway. I just play the base roster. I like that game so much that I'm always playing that game, coming back to it because it's fun. I can do that with many games, but but when it comes in this fashion, I'm not coming back to play and staying around to play. I'm coming back, I'm being a monster, and I'm going.
Yeah, you're seeing the new content and then
Going, yeah. It's not really making me
want to
happy.
stay. Yeah,
It makes me more annoyed because I'm like, why couldn't I have more full package at the start and make me excited and be like, this game is sick. And now I'm happy. But now I'm like, I'm annoyed. And then whenever something comes, back in my mind, I'm already annoyed. So it makes me. So I'm trying to give you a fair chance, but you've already made me annoyed.
Yeah.
And that's how happened to loads of people.
so then it makes you a little bit biased in that sense.
Yeah, for me, I try to be as much not biased as possible. I know there's a lot of people who are biased because of their experience now, and their mindset is just changed now because of how they set things.
Yeah.
So for me, I
that
prefer
makes sense.
to at least have a lot of content at start and not just always restarting. Because we're going through I think one of the things that annoys me the most, and I was talking to some of the guys last night, is that it feels like, at least in 5th and 6th gen, we're always just restarting every game. We're just kind of restarting rather than adding in top of each other. Like if you think about the old games, going from like 3U to 4U to gen, they're literally adding on content and learning from each other.
Like from
Purposely.
the previous title.
Yeah, monster rosters going up. Like generation started 70. 3 Ultimate had 50. Then I think
Base game monsters.
no. So 3 Ultimate had 50. Try at base had 19. So really low.
Okay.
And then 4 had like around 60. 4 Ultimate had 70. Generations had 70 something, and then Ultimate had like 90. So like they're always going up. They're always increasing. While now, World had like 30 something. Rise had like 30 something at base. Wilds has like 28 at base, so it has even less than the previous games. And one of them we couldn't even fight anyway until two of them we can't fight.
Are you including like in World and Rise?
Base games from the get go.
Okay, you're not including title updates.
Not including title updates.
Okay.
Yeah, later on, then they add it, but it's like they're not learning the stuff.
But then let me ask you this then.
They're not adding on to each other.
You know you mentioned try and things like that,
yeah.
and you listed the numbers, right?
Yeah.
Is that including is that at the end of the base game or at the
They
start?
don't have-
You know, I love that you asked that question because it's so pointless.
Why?
They don't have downloadable content.
Oh right, okay, fair.
It's
That's
just the
true.
game. It's
That's
just
true.
the game.
That's what I tried.
And people were happy back then because
my
the
bad.
game was full.
Yeah.
It felt full.
Yeah.
The system felt full. Like I was watching a video the other day, the guy was talking about endgame. They've done endgame so well in the past, so many times, and every game we're just doing it again.
Yeah.
Or some games don't even have it. Like Rise didn't have it. Wilds basically barely has an endgame. World barely had an endgame, even though for new players they had an endgame. It's not really an endgame system compared to what we had before. Like they're not really learning. They're just resetting and making everyone annoyed. I don't get it. For a 20-year-old series, how can you not be learning from yourself?
Yeah.
So like things that I might have forgiven like 10 years ago, 10 years later, you kind of expect them to learn.
The thing is with I agree
That's
with what
what
you're
I've
saying.
said,
I
sorry.
agree with what you're saying. In World, it sort of makes sense for them starting over again because it's a full-on open world game now. Because with the technology that
It's not
they
open
had.
world though.
It's
just
yeah, I get
Bigger game,
yeah.
but it's still the same game.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's actually fair. But with the technology that they had, they could sort of the vision that they had of the series in itself. They were able to fulfill that a bit more with World, because they've said that like World was a lot closer to what they sort of conceived as an idea at the start. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Even if that's the case, which might be true, that doesn't mean that you can't learn from the previous things that you've done with systems.
I agree with you.
It's clear that they're not doing that. People forgive it more because of all the upgrades that happened to the graphics and the big shift. People are so happy they didn't think about it. But when you think about all the systems and things that you didn't have, it's like, what is this? Like, tempered monsters in that game. Tempered monsters are barely stronger. They do nothing.
In this game, yeah.
No, they're better in this game. In World, the tempered monsters were basically dog. I didn't realize it. They barely get an upcrease in HP. They barely get upcrease in damage, and they're not faster. They're the same speed. It's the same shit.
I don't remember.
Hyper monsters were way better. Apex monsters were way better. It's like, you already did this stuff. Why are you going back?
Oh, okay.
And it's weird. It's like, learn, and then now we're going back to tempered, and the systems are like, there's no endgame systems that they've done before. It's like,
do you think the
I don't know.
the afflicted monsters in Sunbreak was a step forward to it?
I think this whole system was really good. There's a lot you can do.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like we have to wait till the expansion for that.
Yeah. Like and at the end of it as well.
At the end of it. But you've already done it before. You've done it before you've done it in Generation.
Yeah.
Like, and you even did it to some extent in Iceborne.
You know what's crazy?
So I'm saying a lot of stuff here, to be honest.
You know, you mentioned how like the initial question that you had there was, do you prefer do you prefer having the full game or having like add-ons afterwards?
Yeah.
Right? You said you prefer having the full game.
Yeah, I prefer the full game.
See, I agree with you on that, but with Monster Hunter, with World, right? It was the first game that I thought, okay, they're adding things on later on and and I thought they did that fairly well, like at the time, and I think they did that fairly well in Rise as well, right? I'm not saying it was perfect, but it worked in a sense, like, because we still had a fairly decent base game, and then they were just adding more on top of that, right? But in Wilds, it's sort of like you said, they didn't learn, but it's not even that they just didn't learn. It's like they forgot everything that they knew. You know what I mean? And it just I
think they hope that we forget everything.
Yeah, as well. Yeah. It just I was disappointed with the way they went about it, if I'm completely honest with you. Like, and it pains me to say that because you know how much I love Monster Hunter as well. But it just I feel like they dropped the ball with the base game in that sense, and they are trying to make up for it. Whether they will sort of recover from it, we'll have to wait and see with the following title updates, I guess.
Yeah.
Or I think the only way they can maybe recuperate will be with the actual expansion.
Probably, which is another sad prospect. Why do we have to wait till the expansion?
Which I agree with you.
We're buying a game.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Oh no,
problem.
Yeah.
Like I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But like I can only see them recovering with that. There's nothing else that they can do.
I get you.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. I think people's mindset are they're kind of
similar
set now. Yeah. So, but do you have any last words, JR, before?
Like my turn answering your question is it all depends on the respective game. You guys obviously been talking about Wilds, Monster Hunter, adding so on and so forth, but like I was just kind of thinking like, oh, what if like in a racing game? Because in racing games, it's like it kind of has this arcade element where you want to beat your best time. So you get all these cars, and then later on the line, you're getting new cars added to the game. So, oh, sick. Let me see if I can beat my time better
with the new car.
Do you know what I mean? Or even when you're looking at other games like Fortnite, for example, you just got this one game. I mean, it's a little bit different because it's free to play, of course, but they keep adding new shit afterwards,
you can buy, though.
Going along the way.
But you have to buy them, no?
No. You don't have to buy. There's different gameplays and different game modes. There's new content, new like cosmetics and shit that you can buy.
Microtransactions.
But I'm just talking about
the game itself.
Yeah, in that sense.
Okay,
that's fair.
So I personally think it all depends on what game it is.
Okay, yeah.
What you're trying to get from the game. Because when it's like more like story-driven games, like I don't know, I was about to say Zelda, like what the
I mean, we could say that though. Imagine there was Zelda and they add another region later on.
Yeah,
that would feel weird.
It would. I'll be like, oh shit, why didn't we get this
before.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But if it was more like,
I don't think it would fit with Zelda anyway, because there's a whole story that like you have to follow, and that's why.
If it was, that's the point I'm trying to make. If it was story based, yeah, and let's use Twilight Princess, we got the whole story, and then later on they add a bit more, which kind of explains the story a bit more. I'll be a bit more pissed. But if it expands on the story, I'll be like, oh, you know what? Yeah.
Okay, so what if using that example of a story? So let's say I'm gonna use Tears of the Kingdom, because that's the most recent Zelda game I've played, right? Obviously, both with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, you should go.
No, not in Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, you can't. Oh yeah, no, you can't.
The fuck?
Yeah,
You're
sorry.
literally the same part as me.
I don't know why I said that.
All
sorry.
three of us are the same part.
We're all on the same part. Yeah.
Finding the final boss that we couldn't find at the start.
Yeah. That's so true. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, what if, right? In Tears of the Kingdom, you have the story, you're following it. I know you can go and do whatever the fuck you want, right? But like
to an extent.
Yeah,
Tears of the Kingdom is a bit more limited than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is obviously there's a story that you have to follow, right?
Yeah.
But what if they released the game, but they only gave you half the story, and then they added updates to add on more story later down the line?
That is what I said a bit earlier on. Like if I'm playing a game and it feels like this is just a half-baked story, like you don't get any like conclusion or some sort of answers at the end, and then they drop content afterwards that basically did what you kind of expecting it to do. Be like, yo, what the fuck's going on?
Why isn't that here before?
Yeah, exactly. But if you did kind of get like a conclusion, like, oh, the anime just finished, and then we get a little spin-off afterwards.
Yeah.
That scenario there, I won't be too mad about, because I'm like, oh shit, I like this game.
Okay.
I'm getting a bit more story. It's not part of the main story, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like it all kind of depends on the game. In Monster Hunter, from what you've literally described, going from GU where we got, did you say 75 monsters?
GU had that 90 something.
90 something monsters.
Just large monsters, yeah.
And the game that technically followed was World.
Yeah.
And you're getting how many?
30.
Well, I'll be vexed.
Yeah.
I'll be so vexed knowing that I had 90. Okay, fair enough. It's a celebration game.
That's what I was just about to mention.
I went from 90 monsters to 30, like a third.
But I think it's a little unfair to compare it with G, because as you mentioned, it's a celebration game.
That one we can allow.
Yeah.
And also they're changing the engine, changing everything. But going from
World to
I can also kind of allow World to Rise because it's a new engine. Fair enough.
And also the console that it come out on is a lot weaker as well.
Yeah. I can allow it to some extent.
Yeah.
But still it's like, well, ideally the game should have been finished anyway.
No, yeah.
It should have been finished.
Yeah.
That was another problem.
Yeah.
But Rise to Wilds, even though it's a different system, it's the same engine. Right, they're making this big game with all, but they're making an effort to make the game larger in scale. There should be more monsters. There shouldn't be less monsters.
The thing is, 100%. Like, if anything, it should have.
That one facts.
If anything, 100,000,000% should have increased the roster. Because two things. Well, I say two things. One thing I'll just use is, as you mentioned, it's the same engine, so there's no problems there in that sense, right? But they're going to be on more powerful consoles and units, like what the hardware that is being played on, right? So you'd think that they would add more, because the hardware should be able to handle all of that.
I'm not even thinking about the hardware, bro. I'm more thinking about, like, this game is supposed to be like the more open world approach, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
More grand.
Yeah.
Looking grand. Man.
That's why we have so many of the same monsters in the map all the time, because there's not enough monsters.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Bro, have you never clocked yet? I don't know. I know you haven't been playing it a lot, right? But what I've clocked, because I drop in like at least once a day just to do my bounties or do some of the bounties and things like that, right? Yeah. So, and this is what one of the things that disappoints me is, as you mentioned, because of the lack of monsters, right? Yeah. When you go into an area, like you open the map, like the world map, and then you go into whatever area, and then normally you can see what monsters are there. Sometimes there's nothing even there.
I've seen that sometimes.
But like, they're technically there, but they're not, because you have to actually go to the area and then open the map in the area, and then you might see something there. But it's not guaranteed that they're there.
Yeah, the open world system is a bit weird in this game.
It is.
We've already tried the environment links and we're very disappointed.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Trash.
Doesn't work. Like the concept they wanted to go for, I don't think they fully realized it.
They tried to make
And once
it too
again-
social in a sense.
They're not going to realize until the expansion.
Yeah.
Another issue that we just talked about, and it's a shame.
And that is where they'll fix everything up.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it's a shame.
it's the typical modern approach now, man. We'll just drop a broken game and then we'll deal with it afterwards.
Yeah.
Just deal with it afterwards.
Yeah, and it's a
There's this game that not like I invested myself in, but I just heard the backlash from it. Like Mind's Eye or some bullshit.
Oh yeah, I've heard that game. Yeah, it came out recently.
Yeah, dropped
Dog shit.
absolutely horrendous to the
Yeah.
point where they'll start to compare it to like Cyberpunk's release. I was like, oh shit, that's fucked.
Yeah.
That is fucked.
And Cyberpunk had a very...
Yeah, it was bad.
It was very
But
bad.
these
But I
companies
feel
know
like they
can-
recovered fairly well, though.
But that's the problem. These companies know they can recover, and that people will forget, and they'll do it again.
Yeah.
And that's why we're in this situation, because they know people will allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to allow it. Like I don't forget.
I agree
We
with
need
you on
to-
that.
We do need to hold them accountable.
yeah,
That's the
oh
thing.
no, yeah, 100%
That's
agree
the
with you
thing.
on that,
yeah. Because I mean, if you're gonna give me a broken game, don't make me pay full price.
Yeah.
Can I ask
But they're not
though,
gonna do that.
Nah,
in
there's no way.
Exactly.
Can I ask
No
though, in
refunds.
Cyberpunk's situation though, like with the backlash that they got with it, do you not think they responded quickly where they were able?
They did not respond quickly. It took them
Nah.
like a year.
No, but that's what I'm asking because I don't know
I know,
how long.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
it took them like
okay,
a year
yeah.
to finish the roadmap to get the game to a good state so they could actually work on the next content
Fucking hell.
later.
Okay.
That's why it took them so long to get their DLC out.
Okay.
It was forever. It was atrocious.
Because I heard about the
On
backlash
console,
in
it
that
was so
sense
bad
when it
It
came
was-
out,
it
but I
was so
didn't
bad.
realize that it
There
took
was
that
like
long.
there's like two sides to it. Yeah, like it's the first side where the game was just so poor, it performed poorly and everything that everyone was pissed about. And then the second part is they sold way too many dreams about the game and how the game was gonna be
Run,
like
yeah,
and
yeah,
operate and how everything's gonna be. You see almost none of that shit in there, and it's like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
Wow.
and it's similar, I guess, because they had to spend so much time fixing the game, they couldn't spend time on doing the improvements.
Yeah,
So the game was dog shit for a long time.
Yeah. No,
until
that's
they
it.
could get around to it, and that's when finally people started liking it.
Yeah,
and now it's got good reviews.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's sad.
It is. It
Because
is.
companies, they're gonna do this. They're gonna keep on doing this.
I
That's
mean,
just how it is.
Unfortunately.
As you said, and you will agree with this as well, which is that we need to start holding them accountable for it because otherwise, like you said, they're just gonna continue with it.
Yeah,
and I don't
yeah.
think there's enough people that are holding them accountable. They just let it slide.
I mean, casuals, they don't really care too much.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if a game doesn't work, they shut it down, they go away, and then maybe they'll come back a bit later. But, you know, I actually don't know what to do, honestly. I mean, for myself, I'm going to be more cautious of buying, like, AAA games like on the get-go.
Yeah, you have to, man.
Yeah, the only company, I mean, I shouldn't say this, but probably, I don't know. Like, Nintendo games never come out broken. I'll say they don't come out broken. They might not come, some games might be not as feature complete as I'd like, but they never come out broken. I can say that. And they don't sell
I know
microtransactions.
what you're thinking about. Pokemon.
No.
I want to blame Game Freak for that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I wasn't
get
even
free.
thinking about it.
Okay,
Like,
hold on.
No, because what I was gonna say is if repeat that statement quickly for me so I can.
No, I'm saying that Nintendo games don't come out broken.
But-
I can't think of a Nintendo game that comes out broken.
But you added there was another bit to that. There was a second part to that. You said so they don't come out broken, but,
But sometimes they don't come feature complete as much as I'd like.
so. But then, wouldn't that make them an incomplete game if they don't have those features? Or are you just saying that like
It's not
the
broken.
features aren't there, but you would have liked those features to be there? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fair.
But I know their games aren't broken.
Yeah,
Like, they don't
okay.
come out broken game. They don't sell microtransactions.
Yeah.
So I can allow them in that. I actually
Okay.
respect them for
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Even
yeah.
some games I'm not buying.
There are some that have transactions on there.
Maybe like
Very
new ones
rare.
to dip into the market that other companies.
Yeah,
have.
if you think
But
about how the other companies do
Actually,
it,
I don't think some of their I don't
No,
think any
they
of their
don't,
games
but
do.
not like-
It's only third-party games that would have it.
Pretty much.
They're yeah. No, you're right. You're
Smash
right. Yeah,
sell the costumes.
yeah.
But
But
that's pretty much it I can
yeah,
think of.
yeah. No, I agree.
Think
with
about
you.
all the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
first-party other developers. They sell microtransactions in their first-party single-player games. Single-player game, they sell microtransactions. Could you imagine seeing that in Zelda? You would never see that in Zelda.
Yeah.
Man, you never see that.
Dragon's Dogma.
Do you know?
has
Do you
that.
know? Do you know?
Bruv.
Do you know which games? Yeah, that piss me off. That have
Capcom.
like microtransactions, but mainly those microtransactions are just cosmetic
What's that?
or FPSs.
Oh yeah, there's so much. That's
Bro.
atrocious.
Atrocious.
Absolutely atrocious.
Because
It's so-
you're not even seeing the cosmetic yourself. You're literally paying for something for other people's to enjoy.
And then
Yeah.
they kill you, pick up your gun, and then they're using it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
That's so like a CS:GO jokes.
man.
You also you take that stick gun.
Because the first game that I thought about with microtransactions, yeah, that are that wouldn't benefit, but then I realized it would, is like the Marvel Rivals games, because it's in third person. It's not
First
First person.
yeah. So
Okay.
at least you get to
You can
see
see yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
But and then that's why I went like straight to like Call of Duty or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
you can kind of see the gun, but
No,
you can't see
I
yourself.
don't. I'm talking about like the costumes. I'm not talking about the
Yeah,
guns.
it's dog shit.
Because I think the guns.
Makes no
I
sense.
think the cosmetic changes on guns, and now I might be wrong about this because I haven't played a Call of Duty game in God knows how long, right? But I swear a lot of the cosmetic stuff for the guns are in game, like in the sense
And what's the last time you played?
they're unlocked in some way. Oh, I don't know.
Oh no.
These games come out every year, fam.
Yeah,
So they-
Advanced Warfare.
It's probably changed.
Advanced Warfare, I think, was the
I
last
can't say much. All I know is that COD fans aren't happy with the systems with cosmetics in the game currently.
Okay.
I've seen it a lot online, but I don't know.
Okay.
But guys, we got to wrap up.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
So
got
guys,
We got shit to do.
Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. You know, we talked a lot today about
Yes.
many different things. You know, let us know down below if there's any anime from the current season that you're checking out, or any from the last season that I should check out or Shibz should check out. And I forgot to ask Shibz about Classroom of the Elite. He hasn't watched it, I already know.
Yes.
But he needs to watch it eventually.
God damn. I'm
Indeed.
upset about that.
Yeah,
Damn.
was upset. But he'll get it there eventually.
It's downloaded on my phone, by the way. It's there.
Makes it
you
even
got it.
worse.
Yeah, it does make it
Makes
worse.
it even
It
worse.
does make it worse.
Or did I delete it?
Guys, you know, like, subscribe, let us know down below what you think about this episode, and we will catch you guys for the next one. See you.
Peace.